Aqua Illusion. You're up against Blackjack tonight. One of the best there's ever been in any ring, as far as I'm concerned. Squared rings, circle rings, octagonal rings. He's been in all the rings that there are. He wears rings, which you got to be careful of in the ring because he'll use them. I'm curious. What, do you have any words for Blackjack? Do you have any feelings?
It's time for me to make a name for myself. And when the waves hit, Blackjack is gonna get washed ashore.
Oh, look at that! The Count scurrying away to the barricade to try and get away from Jake's brute strength.
You don't suck! You don't suck! You don't suck!
This is the fucking hottest match I've ever seen you have.
It has been a long time since Monster House has felt whole.
And the first victim shall be the so-called Jake the Jackal. Jake, myself, and the greatest monster in cinematic history, besides Count Dracula, King Kong, challenge you.
Wait, excuse me, sorry, 1 second. Can't book King Kong in this match. He's just an actual ape. He's just an ape. He has a handle. We can't.
Oh, no, it would be unfair, because King Kong would just murder you. It would be terrible. There are children here. Myself and the most elusive monster in American history, Mr. Sasquatch, challenge you in the partner of your choice.
You know, I'm not in Bluff City to make it to New York.
Yeah!
I'm in Bluff City because I love Bluff City. I love protecting the people of Bluff City. I love entertaining the people of Bluff City. And I love beating the unholy hell out of some monsters.
Here's the thing right now, Charlie Cupid, you don't have a match on this card.
Well, that won't do. The people will riot in the streets if they don't see me perform. Someone needs to fix this right now. And if they don't, well then maybe we'll be saying goodbye to Charlie Cupid sooner than you think.
This show has been an absolute mess. Isn't that right, TKTK? We think that your current configurations are hot garbage. And like, what? No! And then they open up an open challenge for the tag team belt. Under one condition. It has to be people who have never wrestled together before. Welcome to Friends of the Table, an actual play podcast focused on critical world building, smart characterization, and fun interaction between good friends. I'm your host, Austin Walker, and today we are continuing our Bluff City game, Worldwide Wrestling RPG. My agenda today is to challenge and celebrate the wrestlers, to make it look like I had it planned all along, and to entertain the imaginary viewing audience, and hopefully you as well. Joining me again, Ali Akampora.
Hi, my name is Ali Akampora, and you can find me at Ali_West on Twitter.com.
Andy Clare.
Hey, I'm Andy. You can find me on Twitter at Captain Trash, and you can find the other stuff I do at Emojidrome or VideoGameChooChoo.com.
Andrew Lee Swan.
Hey, you can find me on Twitter at Swandre3000.
And Art Martinez Temple.
Hey, what's up, you jabroni marks? You can find me on Twitter at A-Temple, and if you want to really get smartened up, you can go to One Song Pod and listen to another show.
Good! Another no sell on that. Just
Do I have to dig it? Is that where this promo's going?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I couldn't get my pseudo Vince Russo to talk about Kanye West. It just didn't come.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that's
what
One
you're
Song Pod
doing.
is a Kanye West podcast.
Yeah, it's true.
Vince Russo's probably racist.
Baby,
Probably?
Don't, after this week, don't put that in.
don't put that in. You know?
After the big defamation podcast wrestling lawsuit finished, maybe we shouldn't poke that bear.
Hey, listen, they won that podcast, or that lawsuit. They won that
I would
podcast.
have a hard time proving with text messages that Vince Russo is a racist.
Yeah.
We don't need to say that we can factually say that he was sued for being a racist at one point.
Sure,
Wait,
and
was
many
he?
things Vince Russo
Yeah.
does have appeared racist on TV.
There we go. We're not in England. We can say things the way we want to.
Damn, fucking shots at England already.
England has some rough fucking slander and libel laws that make it really hard to do some reporting. Sometimes is a thing I've gotten my head around in the last couple of years. All right. So, what are we doing? I listened to this podcast. I listened to the last one, which helps me quite a bit.
Humble brag.
Humble brag. Which means I can give us a quick rundown of what the card was last time and what we did, and get us all back on speed. I realized why we were not up to speed last time was because my card had not been updated to reflect something, and also a decision I made at the end of the last episode was not contextualized in a really interesting way, and so it got confusing. So, here's what happened last time. We opened on Constitution Day beginning, which is the name of this event at the Promenade, at Promenade Wrestling Federation, which is, again, built into kind of an old-timey, almost southern Gothic mansion convention center that has been taken over and turned into, or like a casino has been built around it. Also, I realized today that part of what I'm going for here was already a casino, which is, there was a casino called the Showboat in Atlantic City, and if you just search for Showboat Atlantic City and go to images, let me see if I can find a good one. None of these are good ones. These are all like inside or the wrong side of it. Oh, here we go. I found one. I found a good one. It's on like the third row. It's on that says Showboat, the Mardi Gras Casino. And I'm just going to paste this picture here because it's goofy. Yeah, here we go. Boom. Where like it's literally built to look sort of like a river boat, with like a kind of walkway around the edges, and it's like a whole thing. That was a real. It's gone now. It failed, like most casinos, like many casinos in Showboat or in Atlantic City.
Atlantic is the only place where most casinos fail, I think.
That's true. I'm sorry. It's back open again It reopened. The hotel reopened July 8th, 2016, and in February, the Press of Atlantic City reported that Showboat owner Bart Blatstein has taken the first steps in applying for a casino license for the property. Blatstein said, "There's over $1 billion worth of investment in that part of the town, and that should not be ignored." So that's good. That's good. Also, it was originally launched as the Showboat Hotel, Casino, and Bowling Center. The 1980s were just a different time. It's great. Okay, so it was Constitution Day, and the big kind of A plot for this event is that Ms. Carlisle, a representative and talent scout from Constitution Sports Entertainment, the sort of WWE stand-in for our world, has arrived and has publicly said that the winner gets to sign the Constitution, which is some sort of contract offer to go do some work at Constitution Sports Entertainment. It's kind of like an offer to go up to the big leagues. And when I say the winner, what I mean is the person who has the most heat, or I guess in game terms, the most audience by the end of the night. And that is the offer being made. That was then interrupted by... Maybe that was not interrupted. Then we got a promo. We got Erica Rizzo, aka Aqua Illusion, who at that point was booked to be in a non-title match up against Blackjack, who is kind of the champion, the Mid-Atlantic champion, who is the kind of top star in the promotion, to kind of promote herself. And so we got you, Allie, doing this Aqua Illusion bit about how you were gonna show everybody that Blackjack was washed up or some other ocean pun. Then we got a Count Falstaff III up against Jake the Jackal match that ended up in a run-in from Monster House, and Count Falstaff ended up getting a win despite being a jobber, despite being someone who's supposed to lose every match. It spent some momentum to do a heel move and change the outcome of a match to get a win, and that ended up and then revealed that you had been brought into Monster House in an attempt to make it a monster home. Then we got which also began a sort of a running bit with you and Jake the Jackal, where eventually that turns into a tag match, a special type of tag match, which I'll get to in a moment. Then we got a promo from Charlie Cupid, Andy, in which you just sort of said, like, I better get booked in a good match or else I'm going to leave the Federation. And you actually landed that promo. You rolled like a 9 on that promo somehow, despite having a -2 in the relevant stat. Then we had a scene with with Jake the Jackal and Simeon Shaw, who is the promoter here, the kind of chief promoter, in which Jake was like, hey, why are we trying to deal with the Constitution? Shouldn't we be focusing on, like, Bluff City or whatever? And Simeon was like, don't worry about it. It's all going to work out in the end. Rising tide, blah, blah, blah. There was then a winner gets a shot match between Kansas City Kate and Dion Gabreau. Dion Gabreau wins that, but there is like the Protocol, who are two robots, two androids, S99 and TKTK, started to like let their presence be known by the lights, by like turning off the lights in the middle of that fight. And then there was a kind of a 3-on-1 match between Man Truck and versus Sweet Belmoran, Ghoul from Monster House and Beaches from the regular house. Man Truck won, and Jake came out to recruit Man Truck into the tag match up against Count Falstaff and Mr. Sasquatch. And then also they set a gimmick for that match. Do you remember the name of that gimmick?
Was it a trick or street fight?
It was a trick or street in a cell match, but then we found a better name. You came with a better name, which was the Consecrated Cage match. So
Yes, I'm very good.
You're very good. So that is coming up. We also had that Boardwalk Championship match from the previous winner gets a championship shot match where Dion went up against Taffy, who is another member of the house, I believe, and Dion was about to win when the Protocol showed up again. S99 and TKTK, they showed up and cut a promo and basically said, like, all of this is a fucking mess. There is an ape involved. There's lots of complete garbage happening. You run a terrible show. No one who is currently wrestling together is good enough to have a shot against us. We want a team that's never wrestled together to fight us. And so that is kind of where we left things off. Here is where I want to come in. I think we have... Oh, actually, let's go over characters really quick. Let's go over characters and go over relationships so that we're all on the same page with each other. Let's start with you, Allie.
My wrestler is Aqua Illusion. Mm-hmm. His gimmick is kind of like a sea mermaid / sea monster / person who wears a vest and a backwards hat.
Oh yeah,
because those go together.
There's already been cosplay that's so good. So apparently, yes.
Those leggings are really easy to find and make. So kudos to the person who cosplayed. Looks amazing. My heat right now are I have a +3 with Charlie Cupid, a +1 with Jake the Jackal, and a +1 with Count Falstaff the Third.
Can you go over what those things are? What those pluses are from?
Yeah, so I'm currently a face.
Right.
So Charlie Cupid is a yep.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Charlie Cupid is a heel, so that's 1. And then Charlie Cupid has also taken me under his wing. I'm a better talker than I am wrestling, so Charlie helps me out with that. And then we also debuted together. So I debuted as a solo person who kind of rose through the ranks, and Charlie debuted in a tag team with Count Falstaff, and it didn't work out for him too well.
Right, great.
I have a +1 with Jake the Jackal, who is a face with me, but is jealous of my rapid rides. And then Count, I am generally pretty supportive of, but because he is a heel, I have a +1.
Right. Cool. Who is next? Let's see. Let's go. Just scroll down. Andy. Tell me about Chuck Buckley.
Chuck Buckley, aka Charlie Cupid, is his wrestling name. Is, I guess, what I'd call sort of a delusional narcissist. He's just kind of like a sleazy heel wrestler with a hard aesthetic.
Right. He thinks that he's good, though, right?
Oh yeah, no. He thinks he's everyone's favorite wrestler.
Right.
Which means he's really annoying about it. So because I was former tag partners with Count Falstaff III, and he's also jealous of my skills, I think those are both, that's why I have 2 heat with him. Mm-hmm. Aqua Illusion, much like I'm helping her with the technical side of things. She's helping me be more of an entertainer,
Gotcha.
and because we have opposing alignments, we have 2 heat in total. And then Jake is just a face and I'm a heal, so we have 1 heat by default.
Awesome. So let's move on to whoever's next on this list. Art.
I believe that's me.
Yeah.
I have 3 heat with Count Falstaff, 1 for opposite alignment, 1 for no respect, and 2 for undercutting me. Or 1 for undercutting me. I was counting up instead of what it really was. Charlie, I've 1 with because they're a former protege of mine, and then 1 for opposite alignment. I have 0 with Aqua Illusion because we are the same alignment, and then I have +2 with Ghoul, which I guess
right.
last
A
time.
member of Monster House, right? Building that heat with Monster House, great. I mean, you've won with all heals because you're a face, right? So it's not that big of a push. It's not that heat isn't that hot, but still meaningful.
I'm coming for you, Ghoul.
Is Ghoul the one who's just shitty Billy Kidman?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, great, good. All right, so here's where we're gonna. Is that every note of the
Nope,
note?
you
That's
forgot
not
me.
the sorry. I'm sorry. Count
the
Falstaff.
jobber.
I forgot the jobber. Count Falstaff the third. AKA, what's your real name again?
Lenny Reed.
Lenny Reed.
Let's see. I have 2 heat with Allie. 1 because of opposing alignment, and the other because Aqua Illusion is always trying to get management on my side. I have 2 heat with Jake the Jackal because of opposing alignment and because he can't remember who I am. And then I have 1 heat with Charlie Cupid because he was my tag partner before he made it big.
Right. Awesome. Cool. Real quick, audience and momentum for everybody, which should just be on your sheet at the bottom of the screen, rather, because that's the most updated version.
I have 2 audience and 2 momentum.
Mm-hmm. Jake?
5 momentum, 2 audience.
Okay. Charlie?
I have 1 in both.
And Aqua.
I have 2 momentum and 1 audience.
Cool. And just as a reminder, the way momentum works is it lets you can spend 1 for 1 to increase any roll by that number. You kind of want to, the big picture goal is to gain audience, and to gain audience, you want to increase heat with your opponent and win matches, right? Or to end matches well, not to win matches necessarily, but to end matches well. And you build heat by ending matches well, and also by rolling well in matches and doing certain moves. And so momentum can help that, can help build heat, and then heat will, once you hit a 3 or a 4, if you hit a 4 heat with somebody, you get, if you end a match with 4 heat with somebody, you gain an audience point. I believe that's true. I'm double checking. I think it's +4 heat. Is that what I said? Yes. If you have +4 heat, you gain an audience. So it's kind of like, think about +4 heat as like, oh, we've kind of hit a peak in this arc, in this what's the phrase I'm looking for in wrestling?
Angle?
In this angle, thank you. And that will gain your audience. It'll increase your audience. And then when you get to 4 audience, you level up. The first time you hit 4 audience in any given event, you get an advance. And also, the first time if you get to 4 audience, there can only be 1 person with 4 audience in the entire promotion. If someone gets to 4 audience, the person who's currently at 4 audience gets knocked down to 3 audience. And that is, there's only 1 star in the sky, All right, so any other paperwork, any other questions about stuff before we continue? No? Okay, cool. So here's where I want to start. I think we open on a shot of, there's like some match happening in the ring right now. I think it's like another local jobber up against someone whose name is like Leonardo da Vinci, or like what's another painter pun that you can do?
Michael Lariato.
Yeah, Michael Lariato in an empty canvas match, and the goal, it's like in a ladder match, the thing is like I have to knock out my opponent, or in a steel cage match, the goal is I have to put my opponent out long enough to climb up the ladder to get the whatever, to get the belt, or to get the briefcase, or whatever it is, or I need to climb the knock them out long enough so I can climb the cage and get out. This is I have to knock them out long enough so that I can paint something on the canvas, on the actual canvas of the mat, on the mat canvas. You have to paint the Promenade wrestling logo. The painter always wins this match. It's when everyone gets up to go to the bathroom. It's it's kind of one of the things that makes Promenade special, but also no one really likes it. So that's what's happening out in the ring. Stay away from it. No one do a run-in. No one get involved with Michael Lariato, a.k.a.
No.
I want to change my character to Jackson Dropkick, by the way.
Oh, my God. That's very good. So, as that's happening and as that's wrapping up, you both, Aqua Illusion and Charlie Cupid both get word. You hear word that Simeon Shaw wants to see you both in his office, and you're waiting. And it is not made clear to you until that match wraps up and the cameras come in. But this is on camera. This is gonna be a promo. And you're both waiting at the end of this hallway, and Blackjack walks down the hallway from where Simeon's office is, and kind of gives you a nodding grunt, and is pulls back his arms a little bit to kind of stutter step you, and then and just walks past you. And everybody goes yeah, and then a few moments later, Ms. Carlisle walks out of Simeon's office, and she says, Mr. Shaw will see you both now. And then she walks past you down into, the weird guts of this fake arena or whatever. And Simeon Shaw's waiting for you both there. You both go in?
I go in first.
Okay.
Perfect.
I'm the bad guy.
No, yeah, go ahead.
I get it, totally. So you come in, and then Aqua, you go in after?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There are 2 chairs out for you, and I think there's we get Simeon Shaw pouring you both sparkling water as you come in, but sparkling water into champagne glasses. And I've also realized I realized who plays this dude. Was previously, I forgot if I had an original actor in mind, but I think it is what's his face from The Sopranos, Michael Imperioli, a young Michael Imperioli, a 30-something Michael Imperioli.
Oh, that's good. That's not what I thought you were going to say, but that's good.
I'm going to send this image also, where he just has very tall hair, and again a bad suit and very bushy eyebrows. And he just does not look like he should be in charge of anything. He looks like he is related to someone who's in charge of things, which is true for this character. And so he's like, take a seat. We are in, how's that poem go? We are in the woods, and there are paths. And you two are 2 of my rising stars. You know the poem. The stars in the woods, the paths, the inverted paths in the woods.
What?
We have some choices to make.
Oh, okay.
You know what? Cheers to choices. And he raises his glass, which is champagne, to choices.
The choices.
Charlie raises the glass but doesn't say anything.
Choices, and then just downs the champagne. And he goes, all right. So, the beginning of tonight, Aqua Illusion, you were booked in a non-title shot up against Blackjack. Now, as you know, the protocol came out, insulted the great people of Bluff City, just constantly going for cheap heat, and said that they would take on any newcomers to a title match, a tag team title match, any duo that had never wrestled together. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that might be a good opportunity for you, and I agree, it could be a good opportunity for you. But I want to give you, again, wood, stars, inverted castle, etc., choices. The 2 of you need to decide whether you want to take this opportunity, and I can give this opportunity to somebody else. You want me to give it to Dion Gabro and Taffy, or to, Sandy, or anyone. I can give it to anybody who's in any. We have a whole other stable that's just the grease stable. We haven't debuted them yet. and the camera just like zooms in on him saying that for a second, and then zooms out, and is like, that's not supposed to. No one's supposed to know about the grease stable. So I want to make it. I want to make it spicier for you, so you can really decide what you want here. The two of you could team up for the tag team championship opportunity against the Protocol, or I could change the Aqua Illusion Blackjack non-title match into a terrific, terrifying, theatrical three-way competition between Aqua Illusion, Charlie Cupid, and Blackjack for the Mid-Atlantic title right here tonight in the Promenade. So give it some thought. You let me know. We talk it over, and we'll, either way you want to go, I'm ready to go. We don't have to talk it over right now. I can pour you some more champagne, and we can all, and like waves the camera away. Any thoughts before the camera gets taken away? Any promo cutting here?
Oh, I can't think of anything. I think Charlie's mostly just been like begrudgingly looking at the can of sparkling water that was left on the table. Like, oh, domestic? Really?
I don't know if I should insist on doing both, but that's not how this game works.
I mean, you could say you want to do both, which would be a pretty good promo of just like patting yourself on the back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was just like, I have so much confidence in myself that if you asked me to do both match tonight, I would win both of them.
You want to roll your look to cut a promo?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Which is +1. That's just 2d6.
What is your look? Yeah, +1. 2d6 +1.
That's a 7.
That's a 7. All right, now 7 to 9. You get people to pay attention. Pick one. Make creative book you in a match. Add a stipulation to a relevant match. Gain +1 momentum or gain +1 heat with the subject of your promo.
Okay, let me pitch a stipulation for you, in case you haven't had this idea.
Okay.
It's a triple threat tag team match between you two, the champions, and Blackjack and a partner of Blackjack's choosing. And the winning team gets the tag team belts and the Mid-Atlantic Championship.
Who owns the Mid-Atlantic Championship in that situation?
Whoever scores the victory.
Oh, whoever gets the pin. That's a good match. So it's a 3-way
Jesus.
tag match. It's 3 teams.
For all
it's
the
not
gold.
That's the name of the event. All the gold. I'm glad you've just stepped into the role of Simeon here. That's a good stipulation.
You know what just happened to me? Is that, what is it called when you push all of your, coin to the center? And I realized it was all in, and we can't call it that.
Wait, why can't we call it all in? Oh,
Because that's the Young Bucks show that they're doing.
Uh-huh. Yeah, fuck. There has to be another word for going all in, right?
It could be like a chips on the table classic. It could be an all or nothing.
All or nothing. All or nothing is
free-for-all.
good. Yeah. Seen main article. All in.
All or nothing three-way isn't bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's like a max bet.
Ooh.
Max Bet is is someone in this promotion named Max Bet?
There should be. But that's their real name, and then their wrestling name is Leonardo da Vinci.
It just makes him sound like he pinches his opponent.
I know.
He knows.
He knows.
Right?
He knows.
Pablo Picasso was right there for you,
That's
too.
pretty good, too.
I was thinking Vincent Van Vader, but that's a bit much of a...
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, and then it's Vader.
Right.
Yeah, but he's got a little beret.
Oh, that's a good look. That's
Tasteful.
A good look. Yeah.
It's
He could
time.
pull it off.
It's Peyton time.
All right. Is that interesting to you, Allie?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
We've completely derailed. Again, your options here are...
I mean, that's not bad. Andy, how do you feel about this? Because I feel great about it.
Oh,
I mean, you fucking rolled. Listen. Charlie Cupid did not cut a promo.
Yeah. I'm down for whatever. Fucking... Let's go buck wild.
Okay, yeah. It would be rough to take that off the table. So I think that, she, puts her hand forward on but puts both hands on the desk and like leans forward and is like, I can promise you that I could take down those 2 robot fools and get the pin on Blackjack tonight. And I promise that to the city of Bluff City.
Wow. Anything in response, Charlie?
Just know that I didn't come here to share the spotlight, okay? And it's a very, like Dana Brooke used to do this thing where she patted people on the head at the end of her promos, and I'm stealing that here.
Oh, yeah.
And then he leaves.
Oh, God. Okay. Is that also a promo for you, or is that just like a little... No, you don't want to roll it? Okay. Great. All right.
It's significant that Blackjack's partner could also win the title.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Yep.
Ooh.
We have to figure out who the fuck that is.
David Arquette.
That's how he did it!
That is how David Arquette became WCW champion.
Sorry, I have to update this card now. All right, so now this becomes... The headlining match is now Aqua Illusion plus Charlie Cupid versus The Protocol, which is S99 plus TKTK, versus Blackjack, the champion, versus question mark. I have to look at my list of wrestlers. All right. I think I'll be fine. All right, so...
You want someone good, but not too good.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to think how to do this next bit. So where are you at, Falstaff and Jake? Obviously, you're not on screen right now. So what are you doing in the background?
I don't. It's weird because I was pretty sure I was supposed to win that match, and then I didn't. And I don't know who this person is who decided to flip this booking around on me. But
Right.
I guess I want to make sure that Man Truck is ready for some shenanigans. This is not an on-camera segment. This is like, don't let him take any liberties out there with you, Truck. Good talk. You like the clams down at Jimmy's? Yeah, me too. I think I got sick there once off of that.
That rubs his tummy.
Oh. I mean, I guess each their own. I've liked a lot of things that I got a little sick. I didn't like them no more.
And cut. I don't think we need more Man Truck noises. He's a very method actor. You know what I mean? He's in the character so long as he doesn't know where the cameras are. All right, so Falstaff, what about you?
No good actor knows where the cameras are.
That's true. I guess I'm just hanging out with my monster boys.
Yep, great. Was you playing cards? Are you doing stretches? Like, what's the...
When Monster House is like on for a night, do they keep their makeup on even while they're backstage, or is it like once they get backstage, like you take off your big Sasquatch costume and like Wolfman like takes off his big fucking like mascot head?
I think it depends on what that costume looks like. Do you know what I mean? And like how heavy it is. So I think Ghoul is just a ghoul. Basically, what if Billy Kidman was a zombie type? Does not take anything off because it's just like it would take too long to reapply some of that stuff. But Illazilla, who is the Godzilla style character, does definitely take off some of like the scale arms or whatever, you know, like the big claw hand things. Absolutely.
Okay.
Mr. Sasquatch doesn't take anything off. Mr. Sasquatch, in my mind, actually looking more like one of those like Geico cavemen commercials.
Okay.
Maybe not those. No, hairier than like maybe I'm thinking, you know, more like what was that Sasquatch? What was that one Sasquatch? That one Bigfoot
Sasquatch?
What was that one Bigfoot?
Unfrozen Caveman Lawyer. Is that what you're thinking of?
Wait, what is that one? Wait, maybe Unfrozen. Was that the
Caveman,
same?
the sitcom?
What's
Is that
there's a
Encino
sitcom?
Man?
Yeah, that's insane.
Am I thinking Encino Man?
No, the
hope so.
Geico Caveman had a sitcom.
Oh, Jeff knew one of those. Not any of the Jeffs you knew. Art knew. My old roommate Jeff knew one of those cavemen.
The TV caveman or the commercial caveman?
The commercial cavemen. Did they get cut out before the TV for the show deal?
I'm gonna confess I don't know everything about the cavemen overlap.
So what I meant was I think Harry and the Henderson
Oh, okay.
is kind of what I'm thinking. But like,
Oh my god. Caven was described by the network as a unique buddy comedy that offers a clever twist on stereotypes and turns race relations on its head.
No.
All of the cavemen were white.
No.
One of them was Nick Kroll.
Mm-hmm. It was a bad one.
Oh, that sounds bad. Okay, but I do kind of like the look of this guy as a Sasquatch from Caveman. So I'm going to go in that direction. Long, bad hair, bad beard. Because that's if this guy could just grow. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This Nick Kroll Caveman is pretty much what I have in mind. So, like, he even has glasses on backstage right now. And, like, a polo shirt, you know?
I can't believe this doesn't get brought up more around Nick Kroll.
Me either. Okay, we're going to continue. We've not gotten to any wrestling yet. So, Falstaff, while you're seated, you... I don't know how to best explain that. A man shows up. I would say this is like... In fact, I actually, again, have an image. It's just going to confuse everybody in that chat. There's a really good shot of Cedric the Entertainer wearing a white suit with some like good orange highlight type things. He shows up and his white, fedora or bowler cap or whatever. Right? It's not a bowler cap; it's more of a fedora. Big, round, smiling, little orange flower. Orange tie, all white, everything else. He comes, he's like walking around backstage and is clearly kind of trying to figure out where to go. And he heads over to he heads like towards your table and like kind of locks eyes with you. What is your real name again? Leaf?
Lenny
Reed,
Reed,
not Leaf. And he goes, excuse me, Mr. Reed.
Yeah, boss, what's up?
Boss, I love that. You, could you take a step in my office? I'd love to chat with you about a thing or two. Hey, boys. And he like raises his hand at Monster House, and they all go like, oh, Mr. B. Yeah, hey. And they like head back down. Like they're not making eye contact with this guy.
Do I know who this is, Austin?
No, you never met this man in your life.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I think Lenny's a little off-put by the fact that everybody else seems to know who this person is and does not look excited about it. But, you guys can I guess let King Kong play my hand. I don't know.
Yeah. That's King Kong kind of wanders over. He's like slams hand through table. Poor handler is like, I don't know what to do. And so Mr. B, which is this character's, or I guess what he'll introduce himself to you. He's an adult. He says, I don't think we've had the pleasure to meet face to face before. Mr. Lee L.B., but just call me Mr. B.
It's nice to meet you, Mr. B. I'd introduce myself, but it seems like you already know who I am.
I've seen you work in the ring. I've seen you work out of the ring. I know you are a loyal member of this here Promenade. Follow me, and kind of leads you down the kind of back halls of the arena, and eventually to like a very inconspicuous door. And he goes like, could you take a look away real quick? And he like leans into there's like a number pad on the door handle, and hits a few buttons to like put in a code. And it goes like beep, beep, beep. And he opens it. And you're immediately like in the center of the Promenade casino floor with like all the bells and the slot machines going off and the sound of like music being pumped through. And it's a little too cold because the air conditioning is on. And you realize quickly you can't find any clocks anywhere. Casino floors are terrifying. And he like walks you down to the middle of an aisle of slot machines, and just kind of like stands and talks to you there, surrounded by all these different slot machines. And he says, first and foremost, welcome to Monster House. You could say I'm the brains behind the operation. I don't stay too close for comfort, but I'll keep my hand in the pie, so to speak. That's not a good one. It sounds messy. I don't like things messy. You get what I'm saying.
Finger on the pulse?
Finger on the pulse. That's right. I'm sort of the mind behind the mind. Mr. Sasquatch handles the day-to-day, but every now and then he needs a little advice, and I got a lot of experience down south. Raises his eyebrows, is like, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think I follow.
As a reminder, there are two big promotions still. We live in a world in which the WCW did not collapse and get bought up by the Northern Federation, by the WWE, and instead it continues to exist. It's called Old Dominion Wrestling, the Old Dominion Wrestling Federation, or the Old Dominion Wrestling. I guess it used to be the territories, and it has since kind of coalesced. And so he says, like, and he's like not shouting, he's like just speaking close to you, and is hidden by the sound of the bells and the ringing and people winning and losing money all around him. And he says, now listen, you have put yourself in a very particular position tonight. A position that could turn things this way or that way. This offer from Ms. Carlisle, not as clean and easy as it seems, you know.
So there's a catch to it?
Of sorts. I mean, folks like her, they always tell the truth, except they don't tell all of it. Now, a man like me, I might fib now and then, but you know what you're getting. Huh? That's why I always like playing the heel. Yes, you will if you happen to leave this place with a great deal of attention. Receive an opportunity to go wrestle for Constitution Sports Entertainment. But give it a week or two and you'll find out that you are getting a raw deal. See, the real play here is Constitution understands what these little groups, things like this, Promenade, them folks out in Philadelphia, people in Japan, that whole telenovela wrestling thing in Mexico, all the energy and passion there. And they're making a bigger play. What they need tonight is a sellout. A villain, and not a heel, just a villain. Because just a couple weeks after whoever leaves here arrives, that second wave is going to hit. And you know the thing, the old invasion angle.
Yeah, it's a classic.
It's a classic. And you don't want to be on the wrong side of it. You'll be stuck. Not even just losing matches, something I know you're familiar with, but you'll be the first step towards somebody else making it big there. I don't know who yet, but that's what's really at play here is someone else is going to lead the indie invasion, I think I heard her call it. Go after you sellouts. Go after whoever takes this offer. And you and I both know it's all a game and all a work, but people want to root for underdogs.
Why are you telling me this, man? I'm a nobody in this company.
Well, think of it this way. Someone's going to get a contract tonight. A couple weeks from now, someone else is going to get a contract, or maybe already has one. There's going to be a lot of empty room in the locker room. A lot of space for someone new to step up. I just want you to know that could be you. There's more than one way to help. Sometimes you help by stepping into the spotlight, especially when it's empty. I'll keep my ear to the ground. It's what I do best. It's what we always do best in the South. If I hear anything else, I'll let you know. All I want from you is a promise to look before you leap, and you come let me know if I can ever help you with anything.
Yeah, you got it, boss.
Don't follow me. I'll bring you back. Things get twisty back there, you know. And he leads you back, and you do realize, like, it feels like he's leading you a different way back. And if I can be on my Bluff City shit for like a half second, I think, Jake, you see this dude. And you worked in the South before. You're a veteran, right, Jake?
Yes, I also believe we alluded to that in Inspectors.
Right. You've never
Talking
seen
about
this.
Crockett, but that was back when this was less defined.
Yeah. You don't know who the fuck this is. You would know who he is. You're a veteran. You would know if there was a person who has connections to the South wrestling organizations. And also there is something capital W Inspectors weird about him.
Okay.
And that's what your vibe is. If you had a little computer, it would start smoking right now. If you recall from Inspectors.
Yeah.
I think maybe he even makes eyes with you for a moment. And then gives you a little nod, pats Count Falstaff on the back, and then heads back down another side corridor. So lay it out really quickly again in plain English. Whoever gets this is what this guy says. Whoever wins this thing, whoever leaves here with the highest audience, is going to get a contract to go work at Constitution, then immediately going to become a stepping stone for an indie invasion angle, where a bunch of other indie wrestlers from across the world are brought in as angry indie wrestlers here to show what real wrestling is about. And again, it's like a kayfabe invasion, but you will be the first one fucked over by that, and will not be a cool heel. You will just be the first person who gets screwed. But only Count Falstaff knows that part. So,
I think I also would when Lenny gets back, he would kind of be like, "Who the fuck is that guy?"
And Sasquatch is like, "Yeah, Mr. B. He he's been around a long time. He's helped us all out a couple times here or there. He's just a real professional. Has a lot of contacts." I got stuck in Baltimore one night. He made sure I had a place to stay. I know Ghoul ran into some problems with some bill collectors. He took care of it, Good guy, just a little... Always feels like you owe him something, Anyway, I'll deal you back in until it's time to go. But actually, I think it might be time to go, because I think the next match is the consecrated cage match. What's this setup? Who comes out first? Is it Jake the Jackal and Man Truck first, and then Falstaff and Mr. Sasquatch?
What? Of course not.
Yeah. I think that's right, though.
Okay. So, describe the intro, Count Falstaff III, your first official Monster House intro.
I think it starts as the organ version of something Mountain King. I forget the first
in the
couple
Hall
words
of the
of
Mountain
it.
King.
In the Hall of the Mountain King, but then it stops and there's a big drop, and then the regular Monster House theme starts playing.
Mm-hmm.
And I imagine all of Monster House is coming out for this entrance.
Oh yeah. But they're not going to be in the cage, right? So they're not going to be in the cell.
Yeah, it's just us in the cell, but
Okay.
everybody's coming out, and they're doing their thing. Ghoul runs up and probably yells at a kid and gets in their face, and
Yep.
King Kong is handed a table and breaks it in half himself, and
It just drops it, but indifferently.
Yeah.
And then it's fed a snack because you did a good. They did a good trick. Perfect. And then you go into the ring, and again, this is a fight that has a bunch of Halloween shit everywhere. Happy Constitution Day. There's some candy corn on the ground. There's fake skeletons and already on the turnbuckles, and one side of the ring stuff. The one side of the ring ropes have a fake spider webs and shit all set up. It's great. It's great. And basically, you can just make up whatever Halloween bullshit you want here. And also, kendo sticks occasionally. A kendo stick, a sledgehammer. Just wrestling shit also here. Wrestling shit. Kendo sticks, sledgehammer, the classics. All right, Jake, what does your and Man Truck's entrance look like?
I think it's just the beginning of Jake's entrance, and he comes out and stands on the stage because he's not going to go down
Right.
to where all of Monster House is, and then it just transitions into Man Truck's entrance, which I don't know if we defined.
We did. It goes, honk, honk, and then everyone in the arena in the song just goes, man, truck, man, truck, man, truck, man, truck. That's it. Honk, honk, etc.
I think we have we do like a thing, I'm doing it now, but this is radio.
I can't see it. We can't see you, so.
They doing like the arm pump for the honk the horn thing? Is that what you're doing?
No, I think like Man Truck and Jake like give each other a little dap and then do the honk honk together.
Everyone goes wild. That's great. That's fantastic. I mean, does that work the audience?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I guess most technically.
Yeah, roll your audience. Roll plus audience.
All right.
Which is 2 right now?
Yeah.
Great.
All right. So it's a 9.
That's a 9, yep. You could spend momentum to make it a 10. Oh, but that would just even out again.
That would just ease it out, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll take 1 momentum.
All right, cool.
Can I edit that?
You should be able to. Can you not?
Okay, yeah.
You got it? One more time. And you're heat with each other right now?
I think it's
2. 3. I have 3.
Okay.
I have 2.
Okay. That's possible. Based on previous shit. So, you all get in the ring, and Monster House backs up as the cage is lowered. And Jeff the Clef Moran, any words about the cage being lowered, the cell, in this consecrated cage match?
All right, hold on. Let me get my. I gotta get ready for this.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta get that.
So what was the what was the other commentator's name again? Ross Rossi. I think?
Ross Rossi. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, Rossi, I'm a proud man, but I'm not so proud that I'm not going to admit when I'm scared. And right now, I am terrified. Look at that thing. And then
I can't even bear to.
Me neither. We're both staring at the desk, terrified. Good thing we got these monitors here, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to look up all night long.
I'm going to look right at the monitors. I'm not going to look directly at it. The consecration, it risks ruining my eyes. So I'm just going to look at it secondhand. And some priests come down the ring from St. Michael's Church in Bluff City. And they're just not, they're like wearing their collars, but like the short sleeve black shirts. One of them just has on a cardigan, and like, hey everybody, like, great, so glad to be here. It's like the pastor of St. Michael's, Pastor Bill or whatever. And they come out and they do like holy water on the cage, everyone claps. Yes, it is definitely a roofed cage. This is a roofed cage, right?
When he's putting the holy water, I'm pointing at Falstaff and pointing at the holy water in the cage.
Good. All right. Here's what I'll say before we kick off this match. First of all, I think it starts with Falstaff and Jake in the ring. 2,
Sure.
Let's try to move a little quicker this match than last time.
Yeah.
We got very into the weeds. Let's try to work through this pretty broadly. With zooming in on moves that really require attention. So, you have control of the match, Jake. Actually, maybe you don't. I think maybe we start with Falstaff with control.
Sure.
Because I feel like that was a surprise of the beginning of the earlier match, right? So, Falstaff, you're in control of the match. Narrate the transitional sequences, working with your opponent to fill in the details. When a sequence leads up to a big spot or key move in the ring, narrate the maneuver and roll. That would be for wrestling, but, let me know if you're doing something else, too. I know we have the tag team match objects here, and we also have match stipulations, hardcore/violence available, so...
Oh, do we have the tag team stuff here?
Yeah, it's all on the right hand of the screen.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think it starts with like a
partner.
Oh, sorry.
fuck. I'm sorry. I'm just like I'm. The tag matches are all on the heat with the partner.
With the partner,
which for
yeah.
all of us is just 0, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're not a good... You don't have that heat. Unlike, for instance, Aqua Illusion and Charlie Cupid.
So I think it starts off like pretty slow and basic. Like there's probably like the thing where they both clinch for a while. And there's like, the shuffling while both of them are like trying to go for advantage. I think we break and we trade blows. And and I think there is a spot where like Jake gives me a pretty good hit, and I like kind of back up, and Jake grabs a cross off of the cage and like holds it up to Falstaff, and Falstaff kind of like at first like backs away, and like I was like, oh no, the cross, you're gonna do it. But then laughs and I think bites the cross and takes it out of Jake's hand in his mouth.
What? Okay.
And just like waves
again?
it around. Yeah, no.
Yeah. Back
Jake-
up about 20 seconds.
Yeah, no. Jake is just like holding the cross out, like, you're a vampire. This will get you. And then Falstaff at first is like, oh yeah, no, you got me. This is my weakness. But he's like, no, it's not. And he bites the cross and yanks it out of your hand and like spits it onto the floor.
What
we're gonna
is
get
this?
Letters.
Is this a? Yeah. Is this? What is this? Is this wrestling? Is this? Is this? Is this?
This is the crowd chanting. Is this
Unintentional.
wrestling?
Wrestling.
Oh, I can't believe I did a pun on "This is wrestling" claps or chants, and also butterfly meme. Dude, is this a pigeon? Is this wrestling? God.
Yeah, this is obviously working with your opponent to execute an amazing and memorable sequence.
Miserable? Is that miserable? Is that what that was? Yeah.
No, it's miserable and memorable.
Got you. So what is this though? Is this look? This is look. Demonstrate your character through action,
Okay.
or otherwise showcase your gimmick. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Hey, my look's -2. What's good?
I guess I could imagine it being heat because it is. I see what you're saying. A memorable sequence.
But no, I think
this
this
is
is
luck.
the gimmick.
This is the gimmick.
This
Give
is
me
like
the
the
roll.
I'm a vampire, but I'm such a strong vampire that like crosses can't even.
Give me the role play.
Yeah, and I haven't fucking earned this, so yeah, this is
2d6.
definitely look.
Yep. 2d6 -2. You rolled a 1. You rolled a 3. You rolled a 1 plus 2 minus 2 is a 1.
Yep.
On a botch, you get countered. You give 1 momentum to your opponent, and they immediately take control of the match. If you have no momentum, they still gain 1. So you lose a momentum here, Falstaff.
And then
And
Art
Jake
gets it.
gains 1. So Jake, you're up to 7 momentum.
Jesus.
Oh, we're gonna fuck some people up in this match.
Is that too many?
Yeah, is there a cap on momentum?
I don't know. There's a cap on audience.
There is a cap on audience. It doesn't say that there's. I don't see a cap on momentum.
Just got that big mo.
Yeah, they're just
I
waiting
got
to see you hit your finisher. Like the
Yeah.
crowd is
Yeah.
shaking for it.
Well, we can't just end this match right now. That would be terrible.
No, that'd be a bad one. That'd be a bad one.
He
But
bites the cross, hit my finisher. We're all going home. It was a tag match with 2
time
people
out, though,
in
wait.
the ring.
we could.
We could.
We shouldn't. It'd be an amazing jobber move.
Yeah, I thought that wasn't a real suggestion. That was just.
It's very funny.
But just to be quick with the match, I think because I'm getting control from this.
Yes,
too,
you're
right?
getting control.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We go through some more like early hardcore match stuff, like, you know, some moves can happen, but like all of the weapon action ends up being like fake. Like, you know, someone, you know, Jake gets the kendo stick and goes and Falstaff dodges and like bounces off the side of the
Right.
it would be on the ropes, and
It
you know,
gets
you get a
caught in the
bunch of,
spider
like,
webs.
yeah, caught in the spider webs. He pulls, he can't get it. Whip into the corner, but Jake stops before he hits the skeleton. And we build to what is like the first weapon spot, which is, you know, after like Jake hits a power slam and he takes one of the trick or treat pumpkins and he puts it on Falstaff's head and then does like a running drop kick into, you know, like a ground kick
Yeah.
onto the.
All right, give me what is that? That's a wrestling move? That sounds like a wrestling move.
That's probably work or hardcore / violence, but I don't really think that this counts as violence.
No.
No.
I think it's just a
Pretty
regular
easy
wrestling
to-
move, and I happen to have a thing on my head.
It's
Yeah.
pretty easy to gimmick kicking someone with a pumpkin on their head.
Yeah. If you gave me a little more gimmicky thing, I think we could do hardcore. But I think what you're talking about at this point is still just wrestling.
I'm building.
Yeah, I get you. Whew, you sure are with a 12. You hit it great, you retain control and pick one, either 2 momentum or +1 heat with your opponent.
I'll take heat with my opponent
Which raises your heat to
4.
all right, so if you finish this match with 4 heat, you will get an audience point from this, which is great.
And I think at that point, I guess like because the tag match, I want to be like a little more, conversation. Like if you think it's time for a tag, tell me.
It's probably time for a well.
I was
no, I
gonna
feel
make
like
a
Man
tag,
Truck.
but if you do you think we could wait for a hot tag to make?
I think you have to wait for a hot. We could just set up what a hot tag could look like, right?
Sure, but like we could get Man Truck in for a minute and then tag back out, and then we could set up the hot tag.
Whichever is fine. This isn't
All right.
a real match.
All right, so we get Man Truck in for a minute, like, and the crowd starts to build,
Right.
Man
Truck.
Man
Right, yeah.
Truck. There are designated people in each section who do the man, and everyone else does truck. And he comes in, he's a house of fire. He throws Falstaff into the corner. He hits the skeleton. And he sells that big, and he does like the running charge, but he has the honk.
Yeah, the
and then
honk. Yeah.
the corner splash, and he tosses Falstaff out the ring, and he goes and he clubs Sasquatch, and Sasquatch goes out on the floor, and there's like a brief 4-person melee in between the ring and the cell.
There's no countouts, obviously.
No, yeah.
So this is just a whole wild thing, yeah.
And we get back into it, and it gets back in the ring, and somewhere in here, Sasquatch becomes the person in the ring. There wasn't a tag, but in a match like this, the refs can kind of lose track of that.
Yeah,
But it's Sasquatch's turn to be in the ring, and just no one did it right.
Yeah,
And Man Truck gets in and does a gorilla press slam, and he's like, yeah, and he tags Jake back in, and Jake grabs this. Within the 5 seconds that Jake and Truck are allowed to be in the ring together, Jake gives Man Truck the sledgehammer and gestures that he should hit Sasquatch with it. And what Man Truck does that's interesting is, how when Triple H uses a sledgehammer, he
pokes you with the hammer.
Pokes you with it. Yeah.
It's like a jabbing weapon, and he chokes it up all the way to the hammer. So it's just like a shuffle. He shuffles the hammer into your side or whatever.
Yeah, there's a wrestling trope of the punch with the roll full of quarters, and I can't believe the way Triple H uses a sledgehammer, it hurts more than that.
Right.
But Man Truck swings the thing. Oh no! He's driving in the spikes on the railroad, and Sasquatch moves out of the way, and Jake's like, okay. Jake is like, yeah, but really he's like, get out of the ring, man. That's not how we do that in here. And Jake goes and puts and tries to get a rest hold in to because Sasquatch is probably
Right, yeah.
So he puts him in a leg grapevine and tries to talk him okay, yeah, that wasn't supposed to happen, but we're gonna get through this. And I think that's a work.
Okay, yeah, give me the roll. What is your work?
1.
Oh, and that is an 8 total. So on a 7 to 9, you hit it pretty well. Pick one, retain control, and transition to the next sequence, or give your opponent control and +1 momentum.
I mean, I just want to give up control because I feel that's where we're at.
Yeah, me too. I agree.
So I'll take a momentum. Take it.
Good lord, 8 momentum.
Yeah, it's wild. Is this hot tag territory now? Because we've seen Mr. Sasquatch get beat up so bad.
Yeah,
almost.
yeah.
Yeah.
what's
So what
that look
hold
like?
did you have him in?
It's just a leg grapevine. It's just a very basic leg hold. It was just it's the basic hold because all I was doing is Truck went crazy on that one, but we're fine. We're gonna finish this match.
Cool. It's all good. So I think he does the thing where he hits you once and you keep holding the hold, and he's gasping and like crawling, and like kind of hits you again, and then finally breaks loose enough to like barely like to do like the very quick like belly crawl over to his corner, and tags Falstaff back in.
All right, give me a hot tag roll. When you have control of the match, it's going to be a +0, I guess.
Yeah, just straight
right?
up 2d6.
You don't have heat with the Yeah, I don't think you have heat with them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
2d6.
I mean, in a longer thing, you would develop heat with your
Yes.
own tag team partner. Yeah.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
That's a 6.
Buddy.
You have momentum. You can spend that momentum. On a botch, the other team interferes, blocks the tag, and isolates your legal wrestler in the corner. The legal wrestler from their team gains control, and you give them 1 momentum. So you're going to lose a momentum if you don't spend it here.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and spend it.
All right, so on a 7 to 9, the tag is made. The new legal wrestler on your team gains 1 momentum from their teammate, or which just take 1 here, and takes or retains control of the match. So you get to stay in control.
Oh, because then, like, if they're both player characters, the momentum would, like, pass? Okay, I get
Yes,
it.
yeah, exactly.
All right.
So Falstaff,
basically, I spent a momentum to just get 1 back.
to get 1 back, yeah, and to maintain control, and to get Falstaff in the ring.
Right. But I think we are getting like close to the point here where we're probably getting closer to the end of the match. So I think Falstaff does come in and like get some good offense in on Jake. But I think the way like the match kind of like goes down is that like Falstaff gets some good offense in on Jake, and I think he hits Jake with like a DDT or something.
Okay.
And then like goes to like basically like taunt Man Truck in the corner.
Great.
And Man Truck is like not having it and just basically like hits Falstaff over the head.
Good.
And Falstaff is very woozy, and I think that's the opening for Jake's finisher.
Jake. Yeah, you were booked to win, Jake.
What's Man Truck's finisher? I
Um,
want to see if I can stitch together a quick tag team finisher here.
what's your finisher?
My finisher is the weight of the heart, which is an inverted pendulum backbreaker, which I do not know is a move that you could do in real life, so do not try that.
Inverted pendulum. Wait, what was it? Pendulum backbreaker?
A pendulum backbreaker.
All right, let me look here in this video of. Okay, so I know what a pendulum. Okay, pendulum backbreaker is that backbreaker that the Triple H does. What is an inverted pendulum backbreaker?
That would be hitting on the chest instead of the
Oh,
back.
that's brutal.
That's rough.
Yeah, and I know the way you take a backbreaker safely is your legs hit before your back hits the
Right.
knee. I don't know how you do it forward.
Well, I mean, if you want Man Truck to have the finisher, I think the way it goes is that you scoop me up, and like Sasquatch runs in to try and break that up, and then Man Truck hits his finisher on Sasquatch.
Right.
To allow you
it's
to
a
hit me
spear,
with it.
right? It's a spear. It's a gore. It's a gore. It's more a gore than a spear.
All right, I like that. So I'll hit my finisher on.
Do you mean
Falstaff.
the runaway 18-wheeler, Austin?
Yeah, sorry. I mean the runaway. Yeah, that's it. Is there another word for runaway or like crash pile up?
The pile up is
Jackknife,
good.
but Diesel.
That's already a thing. Yeah.
Cut the brakes are out. I don't know.
What's
I
the
mean,
name of
runaway
that? You ever
train.
seen those things? Like it's like if your truck is it's like a runaway lane. It's like
Yeah,
the
totally.
hill
I'm
that
from-
the trucks can run away on.
Yes, I was born in northeastern Pennsylvania, very very mountainous, and so I'm from a place called Wilkes-Barre, and there's a place near there called Bear Creek. Different spellings of bear in both of those. And Bear Creek is just like wild winding roads going straight down this mountain. And if your brakes go out, there are side roads to get into if you're like a big truck that take you back up the mountain so that you will naturally slow down.
Oh, that's better than the ones between.
It's Wilkes-Barre is the way people there say it, but I say Wilkes-Barre, and like my mom says Wilkes-Barre, but Barry is the way people. It's like borough is what it means, but
There are ones between here and Vegas, and they don't have like because it's just bigger mountains,
right.
And so they're just like little lanes, and then like a few hundred yards down that other lane, there's just this big dirt mountain.
Jesus.
And I've always wondered, like, if you have that kind of speed, you're just gonna fucking jump that. Like, I want to see a video of it working, but I
Right.
don't.
Right. Anyway, it's a gore. It's like a rhino gore. Look up rhino gore, and then you'll see. No,
All right.
go rhino with a Y. Rhino,
Yeah,
RHYNO, gore. Not a real. Don't actually look at rhinos goring people. But rhino does a really good one of these. It's like a football tackle. Anyway.
So anyway, I'll roll my finisher, and then I'll narrate what I want the finishing sequence.
Give me your
to look
finisher.
like.
How's your finisher
So
work?
it's just 2d6.
Is that what it is? Veteran is...
I think it's just roll 2d6.
Yeah, it is. Okay. But you have all this momentum, so...
Yeah, I think I'm going to hit it.
Okay.
That's a 5.
When you're booked to win a match, roll 2d6. On a 10+, you hit your finisher clean. Choose whether you or your opponent gains +1 audience. On a 7 to 9, they make you work for it. Choose you use your veteran skills to force a win and gain 1 heat with them, or you let them look strong and defeat. They gain 1 audience.
I'm just going to spend 5 momentum.
Okay.
And that's
Wait.
a 10.
You don't have to. Is it? You just spend 2 to move it up, right?
No. Momentum is 1 for 1 per point.
Okay.
The thing that you're thinking of is that the announcer can sell a move for.
That's right.
Can spend once per match. Can be like, oh, that's actually good. It looked good actually. Now it's better, and that moves up by category type.
And I get to do a roll here too as the jobber.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah, I have a move called Do the Job. Because I'm always booked to lose my matches, and when my opponent pins me for the win, I roll 2d6. And it's basically like how good do I make them look when they beat me?
Gotcha. So real quick, you're spending 5 here, Jake.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hit the finish, and while I'm doing the pin, did you see that? This was like right after WrestleMania, one of these recent years. Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns were in a tag match together. And Bray Wyatt was pinning someone, and the other person was like running in, and Bray Wyatt like wasn't looking and did like a finger gun.
Oh, that's
and
such
when
a
he
good.
did the
oh
gun,
my
Roman
God.
Reigns hit the spear.
Oh,
Yes.
God,
and
that
I
was
want
so
that
good.
exact sequence here.
Yes, that is so. Oh, so you're doing that with
Mantruck.
With
So
Mantruck
Mantruck will hit the spear on Sasquatch.
on Sasquatch, and then so what is the mechanical bonus here? Who's getting what? You're gaining 1 audience.
Yeah, I'm gonna take 1 audience because that's fucking awesome. Everyone loved that part.
That was such a good part. That was
So good.
Listen,
Boom. Oh, it's so good. All right. And then Falstaff?
Yeah, so I got to do my roll
Yes.
now. Just a straight up 2d6.
If you just search for Bray Wyatt Roman Reigns GIF, you will see this thing we're talking about.
It was
all right,
awesome, and then Roman Reigns immediately got hurt. Bray Wyatt immediately got hurt, and that whole push he would have gotten there was dashed.
Yeah. Welcome to Bray Wyatt. Tell me about Do the Job, Dre. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 7, so on a 7 to 9, I do okay. I either gain 1 momentum or +1 heat with my opponent, my choice. I think I'm going to take the momentum.
Yeah, I think we're max. I don't think we can get higher.
Are you both at 4 heat with each other?
Yeah,
No, I'm only
at 4 heat.
2. He's at 4.
Okay. Then, yeah, go for it. Cool. So this does mean, though, you're going to get another audience here, Jake.
Yeah,
You're all the way over right now. You're at 4 audience. Like,
push Jake.
Like, everyone is on their feet. Everyone is, like, consecrating the cage with water and beer. They're, like, throwing water and not the whole can, just, like, they're, like, spraying, you know what I mean? They've taken the caps off their water bottles, and just water, is flying into the ring, and also beer and soda. It's bad. They shouldn't do this. Don't do this. But it's but that is like Ross Ross is. They're consecrating the cage.
oh come on, people still have to wrestle in there. That's a waste of good beer.
I think Jake and Truck get up on like opposite turnbuckles and like yell at the other members on Monster House, try to like get them to run away, and they're like pounding their chests and raising weapons and all of that good shit.
Yeah.
I think like right after the pin happens and like before you guys are celebrating, I think Lenny takes a second to like whisper to Jake and be like, Jake, don't sign the deal. If you get the deal, don't sign the deal tonight.
Sure, kid. But sure, yeah.
Well, he tried. That's really good. All right, and so
I'm not saying I'm not listening. I just got a job to do right now. I got to threaten some people.
Monster House gets scared. The cage comes up, and they run in to grab Falstaff and Sasquatch and retreat. into the backstage. I think we do get a shot of Mr. B watching from, I think in the crowd, you see Mr. B, Cedric the Entertainer in a white suit with a white hat, just lock eyes with you for a second, Jake. And it feels like your soul is at stake. Just for a second. And, maybe you lose eye contact and then he's gone.
Is this good? Is this, are we doing an Inspector's crossover?
Yeah, what? It's Bluff City.
No, I mean right now. We have everyone on the call, so we just
we do.
Call
no, I did think about saying like our Sid and Chris. Is that right?
No, Chris was
Chris is Norlandia. Fuck, what was not Alyssa?
Alexa Baker.
Alexa Baker. Look, 1 second. Give me 2 seconds. Boop. All right, so Alexa Baker.
Really fan servicey. We can we can put in a call here, right?
What's that look like?
Well, it's like Jake goes back into the I think in the back, and I think it's because it's most thematic. Just picks up a payphone,
right? Yeah,
and calls the office.
Yeah, and we just get him saying hey, something weird's going on.
Yes. Who's on the other? Who am I talking? Who am I on the line with?
Jake, oh my god, I thought you were wrestling tonight. There's ghosts at the arena?
I think there's a ghost at the arena.
Jake, how's the wrestling?
Really good. I had a really good time out there.
Oh, I knew you would.
Thank you. I'm so sorry I couldn't get you guys comps for tonight, but they're being really stingy.
Oh, we all know that Shaw wouldn't give you those tickets. He's such an asshole.
He's such an asshole.
Well, Jake, we have a team out right now checking out some of the dolls at a Kmart on the other side of town. But I'll get there as soon as possible.
All right, I don't know that it's an emergency, but if you got a chance, send someone down, and I'll try to swing by next weekend. I think I owe you guys some pizzas.
Yeah, we're having a company barbecue at the end of next month. You're coming, right?
Absolutely.
It's a potluck. What are you bringing?
Wings.
Well, they better be spicy. See you later, Jake.
You know it. Bye.
That's a good guest to invite to your potluck.
Oh, what are you bringing? Wings. All right. Hell yeah. Thank
Jake
you.
makes a good wing.
Yeah, I bet. I assumed he was just going to pick them up from somewhere. I'm not going to lie. You know what? But you're right. I do think you're right. I like that a lot. That he is
Jake's got a smoker.
He's got a smoker. He has a whole wing recipe. He has a number of wing recipes.
Yeah, Jake's house is weird, but he's got a smoker.
We'll get there. One game at a time. All
Austin,
right.
at some point, can I please play a person who owns a barbecue restaurant in Bluff City?
1,000%. Yes.
Okay, good. Thank
you. Start working on their name now.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Yeah. All right. So
Sam
I think
Smoke.
Great. Two things happen here. One, the previous. Oh no, I guess this is it. There was not two things. I was gonna say that because this other match is happening now, the Protocol Mat Open Challenge doesn't happen, but it does now. Because it's one big match. I forgot that it was one big match. I need to figure out who the fuck his partner is. Who is Blackjack's partner? Any suggestions?
Do you have a wrestler list you can
Yeah,
show
I do.
us?
I can walk through the list of people we've already talked about. So we know it's not Techno. We know Techno Team 2000 is a real one. It's not the Protocol. We know that. We know it's not Dion. Well, I guess it could be Dion Gabbro, who is the actress. Who she's increasingly in my mind, very much like what if The Rock had also been an actual MMA fighter before becoming a star. So she's an MMA fighter who's also dipping her toes into wrestling, pro wrestling, and also was in Action Movie World as the lead character, as the lead actress in that movie.
What if Ronda Rousey was a good actor?
Or good.
Or like not a shit person.
Oh, not a shit person. Yeah, exactly.
You could be
there
a shit
is-
person and be an actor and an MMA fighter. I'm just saying.
Yeah, true. Dion Gebro is cool though. Dion Gebro is also like a local, so that might actually be a good fit here. Simeon Shaw, who is obviously the leader of the house. Chet, who is blonde hair, suit too big, also a member of the house. Bingo, which it says here underneath suit has an old-fashioned strongman one piece. Beaches like a surfer guy, you know. Taffy, Bluff City Boardwalk champion, who was always chewing gum, even though Taffy isn't gum, and has a baseball bat. Man Truck, the members of Monster House, again, Mr. Sasquatch, Illazilla, King Kong, an actual ape, Loch Ness, Goblin, not Loch Ness, sorry, no Loch Ness, I have to scratch that out, Goblin and Ghoul, Sweet Belle Moran, who is Jeff Moran's little brother, Kansas City Kate, and Kansas City Ken, who's just a manager. And that's all of the ones I have written down here. I also have written down here, Sid Ruiz does some camera work. So, Sid is probably already in the building. We could invent a new wrestler who could have always been there, though.
But Blackjack is not affiliated with a faction.
No. Blackjack is like the Steve Austin, or like Blackjack is like what if the WWE decided to lean in to pipe bomb CM Punk, who calls
this is a face or a heel?
Face. Anti-hero face.
All right.
I kind of like Dion Gabro here because Dion is from Bluff City, had her match interfered with by the protocol. I think this makes sense. It's Dion. Her match was interfered with by the protocol, which meant that she couldn't win her belt. And we get Blackjack offering it to her. Yeah, we're not going to zoom in on this promo, but he cuts a promo where he kind of goes through the list of all the people. He goes, I could call out that guy who's basically just a surfer, Chet. Sorry, no, I mean Beaches. I get all their names confused. I could call Man Truck. We've seen how dangerous he is. Goes through the whole list. But then does like the very Springsteen-y, like, the thing about having a hometown is, it's, you might hate it, but you gotta respect it or something. And then calls out Dion Gabro, and Dion is given the opportunity. And he's like, but remember, I get the pin. And she's like, we'll see what happens. And so like, that is what it's gonna be. It's Dion Gabro and Blackjack up against the Protocol, S99 and TKTK, and then the tag team duo of Charlie Cupid and Aqua Illusion. I think the Protocol comes out first. The lights go out. The music hits in. I have a very important update, which is last time I said that their theme music was Computers by Heems. I was wrong.
Oh.
Because what I actually meant was that their intro music is Jason Bourne by Heems. Because that is the one that opens with him going, aha, type, beep. And then he's just hacking the mainframe, beep, type, I'm hacking the mainframe. And that is actually what it is. So he then also says, yo, it's spy versus spy. Turn around, put a motherfucking bullet in your eye. I don't know my name. They found me in the sea. It's a song about Jason Bourne, just to be clear. That is what this song is. Good. It's very good. All right. Anyway, so they come out, and boo, boo, boo. And they go into the ring. It's like a whole light show with they make it look like people have their cell phones out. Like, that's what their lighting thing looks like, to make it look like the people are like, yeah, and that their cell phones are all blinking, but it's not. It's just LEDs that are planted around the Promenade Arena. And I was like, boo, I'm not holding my phone at all. Boo, that's bullshit, fake news. And that is, they come out, and so then I guess y'all probably come out next, Aqua Illusion and Charlie Cupid. What is your entrance like?
I want us to do the thing of, like, one of us comes out to our music and, like, waits.
Uh-huh.
And then the other music hits, and then, like, we walk to the ring together.
Okay.
just because that's fun. And I think maybe Charlie comes out second, so like your song plays, but like my like stage show ocean lighting is going on.
Perfect.
God, that's very good. What are your two songs like again? Well, okay. I remember Aqua Illusions.
So, I've been thinking about this. So I wrote down, like, just, like, one of the basic descriptors, I think, which was, like, loud and overblown or something.
Right.
I figured out what it is. So WCW used to rip off, like,
Oh my
songs
God,
like Smells
thank
Like
you.
Teen Spirit and stuff.
Yes, they did
Yeah,
this
by
a
changing, like,
lot.
one chord.
They did this a lot. They did Pearl Jam songs, they did Nirvana songs, they did, like, it was bad. Have you heard these
They
out?
might change it on the WWE Network.
Oh my God, have you
They-
not? 1 second.
They did a segment on
I
MTV
gotta
once
hear
with
this
Dave
too.
Grohl, and then DDP's music played, I think, and he looked like, what the fuck? Because he's like, wait, I wrote this song.
Yeah, Diamond Dallas Pages is the best.
I'm going to
version
link
of
it
this.
in the chat.
But this is the equivalent of that, but with Call Me by Blondie.
Oh my God, that's so
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
I need everyone to listen to this.
Oh, I hate this.
Oh my god!
Just wait, because there's more of this.
Also, it's called Self High Five.
It's called self high five, which is what he calls his like
Oh my God.
hand signal is the self high five.
I think Raven had like a Pearl Jam song.
I think Ravens is Even Flow because that was the name of his. That was the name of his
DDT.
His DDT,
The Even Flow
right?
DDT. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna link
This
it.
is just that song. Holy shit!
Oh, wow.
Like
There's
it
a third one
has
of
like
these
all
too.
the same breakdowns and everything.
Yeah, Jimmy Hart was good at this.
Oh, and then, Jericho's is another one.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so wait, is Jericho's? Jericho's is Even Flow. Ravens is Come As You Are.
Yeah, I was about to
Yes.
say, I'm listening to it now, and it's definitely Come As You Are.
Yeah.
Young Jericho is so hot.
Yo.
Yeah, no, he was really
Yeah.
cute.
Young
He was
Jericho is
super fucking
extremely
cute.
hot. There's a lot of these. There's so many of these. It's really upsetting. There's like a whole list. I can't go through all of them.
Oh my god, his little ponytail. Okay.
Yeah, no, he's yes. Do y'all come down to the ring together?
Yeah, I think so.
Who
you
is
think that-
starting?
Do you think that we also bought, like, a pair of matching sunglasses?
Oh, that's very funny.
Oh my god.
Wait, what's the champion's entrance like?
We'll get there. I just want to know who is going to be in for them first. But also, did you also, if they bought a pair of matching sunglasses?
Yeah.
From like a 99 cent, from like the sort of store I sent you all pictures of. From like the boardwalk, like a boardwalk tourist, like airbrush t-shirt shop.
Yeah.
What if they're
mean,
from
let us
like a
have
local
cool
business or
shades.
something that has like a very big
very
logo
good.
or name like printed on the side?
That would be very good too.
We just got someone from backstage to be like, hey, can you run to 7-Eleven really quick?
Could you get something that look like hearts but also have fish on them?
Here's $5. Get me 2 pairs of sunglasses and 1 paint pen, and we'll figure it out.
Also a
wrestling's
Slurpee
good.
with the leftover change.
God. All right. So the champion, I think we get the other version of this, which is Dione comes out by herself and walks to the ring and stands by the side. He stands on her side of the ring, and then Blackjack comes out, and Blackjack is just the same thing as no, I think maybe Blackjack actually could Promenade license a Bruce Springsteen song.
That's the fucking question.
Right.
They just change a chord from a Bruce Springsteen.
Right.
No, that's disrespectful.
It's too disrespectful. I think the character... The thing is, Bruce Springsteen's Atlantic City doesn't exist in this world, does it?
Oh, I guess not. That's a shame. That's a good song.
It is, and it's hard to map the lyrics just over to Bluff City. I didn't think through this.
Me a ride to Bluff City.
Yeah, meet me tonight in Bluff City. I think it works. But that's what it is. I think it's like a hard rock cover of Atlantic City, but Bluff City, by
Well,
Bruce
it probably
Springsteen.
doesn't start the same, right? It isn't like it's not like an empty like the arena's quiet, and then it's blew up a chicken man in Philly last night. Like that's not how we come into this, right?
Maybe it is. No one knows what that means, but it's evocative.
Gets the people going.
It gets the people going. Exactly. One song only, you can follow us.
Or watch the movie Blades of Glory.
Or yeah, maybe that's all we're referencing. I mean, maybe we're just being stupid and like or foolish, and Born to Run is just the easier one because it starts with like those drums.
Yeah.
I think it's just Born to Run.
Saxophone.
It's Born to Run. That's a good song.
It's a very good
All right,
song.
it's Born to Run. So that hits. The crowd goes wild. Not as wild as they went for the end of that last match. I think the end of the last match definitely did end with everyone like clapping, "Is this wrestling?" and being very excited about it. They never converted over to "This is wrestling." It stayed "Is this," but they were very excited. But now they're on their feet and they're really happy to see Blackjack, but not as into it as they could be. But he does have the belt on, and that gives him a little bit of extra audience push. And he comes to the ring, and I actually think he tells Dion to go in first. He's going to wait. He's not going to be the active wrestler to start. So it's Dion, it's TKTK, which is the one who is the R2D2. Which one uses the C3PO? Which one uses the R2D2? They are the R2D2. And then who is it from between you two?
I'm comfortable either way.
Okay, do you want to go first?
So I can go first if you
Okay.
prefer.
Yeah.
Okay, so then, second thing, Art or Dre, which one of you wants to be the announcer in this match?
Oh boy.
If you want to do it, you can do it. I've had a lot of oxygen
Yeah, Dre,
Yeah.
how about you be the announcer here?
I'm
You
down
can-
for it.
All right, so the thing to remember is you have a specific ability, which is you can put over the wrestlers whenever you feel like an action needs a boost. You can put over each wrestler once per match. To put a wrestler over, the announcer recaps something they just did in the most glowing light. This bumps the wrestler's die up to the next result level, from a botch to a partial hit, or from a partial hit to a full hit. The announcer should generally wait to see what the player rolls before deciding whether to put them over or not. There's often some negotiation on a failed roll between whether the wrestler wants to spend momentum or the announcer should put them over. This is fine. Just remember that the announcer can only put over each wrestler once per match. You can also, y'all can both be. We could have, maybe we even get if Jake wants to be there as a special commentator, you can be there. You just can't put people over.
Sure, I was also going to ask if I could be the other. But
Yeah, you could be Ross Rossi. Absolutely, absolutely.
Give me Ross Rossi again. Give me just a hit of Ross Rossi.
Ross Rossi is a little Harry Carey and a little dude I fucking hate who used to have a show with Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, Skip Bayless.
Skip, a little Skip Bayless.
All right, got it.
Yeah.
You should still hate Skip Bayless.
I do still hate Skip Bayless. I used to work at Giant Bomb, and Skip Bayless's show was just on above me all the time because we were CBS Interactive, and they just kept. He wasn't part of CBS, but for whatever reason, the TVs always had Skip Bayless on all throughout our office. I don't know who loved Skip Bayless, and I don't know how he was on TV for all of the time I looked at TVs, but he was always on TV. Ugh. Anyway.
So it's harder to say hate him as much now that you're like just off.
Right now I just don't see him as often. Exactly. Which I'm happy with. Anyway. So who starts out in the ring? Andy? You
Yes.
are? All right. So you have control of the match right now.
Okay.
What's this look like? This. Oh, also wait, we should clarify. Is this a triple threat match or is this an elimination match?
Oh.
It's more exciting if it's a triple threat match.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay.
Do you have a case for the other?
No. I'm just thinking it in my head, like, how do I start this with 3 people in the ring?
Okay. Yeah.
Because I take wrestling too seriously.
You take it exactly as seriously as we need right now.
I think it starts with, like, Charlie kind of trying to stay out of the two of them fighting, like trying to get those. It starts with the gesturing, like, okay, you two go at it, and he goes back to the corner and just kind of waits.
Okay.
And then they both look at him and are like, oh, okay, so they're gonna attack me now. And I think they run in one by one, and it's simple stuff. It's like arm drags and like just like slipping out of the way, very like basic things. So I think it's like he does an arm drag to Dion over TKTK and like does a drop toe hold to TKTK. So they're both on the ground.
So is this about communicating your technical prowess?
He's doing a lot of his technical work.
Yes.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of his
technical work.
There's
There's two of them after me, but I'm able to keep them at arm's length, basically.
And then what I wanted to end with was there's this... It's a really silly thing I saw once where... So someone went for a kick on... TK goes for a kick. This is the big move, don't worry. Goes for a kick on Charlie. Charlie catches it, tosses that to Dion, so Dion's holding it. Then Charlie picks up her leg and does a dragon screw, so she does a dragon screw to him.
That's so good.
And they both go down.
All right, that's work, right? You're executing a difficult, demanding, or dangerous maneuver that showcases your technical wrestling ability.
Yeah, and I have a +3 for that.
You do have a +3 for that. You know any moves that go into this at all?
Jesus.
Not that I can
That's
think
a
of.
fucking 14.
Wow.
That's a wild score.
Hey guys, Power Gamer here.
Oh my god, the power gamer's here. Can you remind me of what your both of your moves are, real quick?
One of my moves is +1 to work and roll
Oh.
plus work for finishing.
Okay, so this is the thing you do. Okay, and Allie, can you give me Aqua Illusion's moves again?
Oh, I have always learning. When you work a match with someone you know is better than you, roll plus work. I am the future. When you keep a promise you follow through on a threat you made on camera, roll plus look.
Okay, so you'll be able to do that a lot this match once you're in the ring.
And then the finishing move is that's for everybody, right?
Everyone's
It's a little bit different,
but we
though.
can get there.
We'll get there if we get there.
Okay, fair.
Okay. So with a 14, you hit it great, retain control and pick one, gain 2 momentum, or gain +1 heat with your opponent.
I'm going to go with 2 momentum for now, because I think I only have one of those.
You only have one right now, yeah. Go for it.
So I'm going to bump that up to 3. And then I think for the next one, I'm actually going to go right into what the role is going to be for this. I want to... Allie, do you want to get in on this? Because I was going to do its cool tag team move. Do you want to do a cool tag team move?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to describe these for people who don't know wrestling very well.
Think about it
And that's way harder for me.
Think about it in terms of what the most abstract storytelling side of it is, right? You think about something like that Sasha Banks Bailey NXT match, where I feel like you can show that to anybody and they don't need to know what the holds are. What they need to know is Sasha keeps doing moves that are hurting Bailey's legs, right? And she's mean because she's doing that, and she's technical, and she's willing to win at any cost, even hurting her good friend.
You actually gave me a good idea for that, because I think what I want it to be is Charlie's kind of looking at those two and doesn't know what to do and is oh shit, I'm not going to be able to handle this on my own. And there's a very pointed look at the corner, and people are oh, they're sort of oh, they're actually going to try and work together thing. And so there is a thing. It is one of the few things that the Young Bucks do that I really, really like. They do that power bomb into the corner where one of them kicks the guy as they land. So the one on the apron kicks the opposing wrestler who's being thrown into the corner, and then they tag. And
right.
That's their... Yeah.
Oh, right, yes.
While the person who's in the ring does the power bomb, the power bomb Seth Rollins does into the corner.
Right.
And I like that move. So do you want to do that move? I don't know how tag team moves work. Do I roll here?
You roll heat. Yeah, you will be rolling heat.
Yeah, it's the hot tag move, right?
Yeah. So when you have control of the match and you go to tag your partner at a critical moment, either to get in or out of the ring, roll plus heat with them. So your heat
2
with
for me,
Aqua is 2. Yeah, so +2.
Yes.
2d6 plus 2 gives you another 14 on a 10 plus 2 6s. On a 10 plus, the tag is made, and you get a double team opportunity on the legal wrestler from the other team. Everyone on your team gains +1 momentum. The new legal wrestler from your team takes or retains control of the match. So y'all both get +1 momentum.
So I need to update this to 4 momentum now.
And Aqua, you were in the ring against a fucked up Dion Gabreau and TKTK.
Okay. Who did we just do the power bomb on?
Oh, I was gonna say TKTK because I remember Dion being described as pretty built, and
Yeah,
Charlie
tough as
is not
shit.
very big.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Ooh, okay. I guess with like TK out of commission.
Yeah.
I like
We get Aqua Illusion, like, this is like, look, Dion Gabbro, I mean, Dre, you played Dion Gabbro, like, built as shit, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm not saying Aqua Illusion can't also be tough, but I don't know that we've described her as being, like, 6 feet tall and ready to just beat the shit out of somebody, right?
No. I've imagined her as like kind of like a smaller but like determined. But it's them like locking eyes in the middle of the ring and like Aqua definitely looking very determined as she like I think they do like the test of strength thing first.
Yes,
So they
good.
grab each other's hands and like she stays in for a little longer than I think people would think, but like doesn't.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is not a feat of strength. You're not successful in showing that you're strong,
I think
or are you trying to? That's my question.
I think the thing that I'm trying to do is like get knocked down a little bit so I can like pop back up
Gotcha.
and do like I don't know what the movement look like. I haven't watched wrestling in a really long time, which is too bad.
Same. For what it's worth.
But yeah, I think like Aqua kind of like gets taken down to one knee or whatever, and then like tries
Right.
to like pull her down.
Okay,
Does
cool.
that make sense? Okay.
Yeah, totally. It's like one of those things where it's like she's overpowered you, but you then are able to like take her legs out from under her.
Right. And like
Cool.
yeah.
All right, so is that work? Difficult, demanding, dangerous maneuver that showcases technical ability, or is this you demonstrating your character? I think this is probably demonstrating your character through action, right? So like, you're not so strong, but you're smart and quick and intuitive or whatever, right?
Yeah. That's roll plus.
Look. All right, that is an 8. Do you want to momentum it up?
Yeah.
What is your momentum now? 3? So you can spend 2 momentum to raise it to a 10 if you'd like.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, so
I'll probably get some of that later.
on a 10, you hit it great, retain control and pick 1. Either gain 2 momentum or gain 1 heat with your opponent. Also, y'all should be tracking this heat gain if you're doing those things. I don't remember. Did you gain? No, you gained momentum.
I
last
did not
time,
gain heat.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I might just take the momentum back. Is that weird?
I don't think.
Well, you should look at what the things if you didn't spend.
Yeah, if you didn't spend it, you could retain control and transition to the next sequence just the same. So you hit it pretty well. It's really what it comes down to is like, do you think you hit this great, or do you think you hit this pretty well? You could also give control to Dion and gain momentum here. Actually, gain momentum here.
Okay, yeah. Actually, I'm gonna do that.
All right, cool. So
Keep the match hot for a little bit.
yeah, you take so you take her down. Make sure you add that momentum, so you should be at +4 now. But then it is Dion just like she falls down. Everyone goes like yeah, and then she just like locks eyes with you from the ground and like pushes herself up slowly. That's very like intimidating and dominating. And then he begins to just like totally work you across the ring, right? Just like lots of Irish whips into clotheslines, lots of sidewalk slams, like big power moves, and blackjack every time that she lands something. It's like, clap, clap, clap. Clap, clap, clap. Like, oh, look at her. She's really putting in work. And like, Dion, like getting the crowd into it, and then there's a moment where she's getting ready for her finisher on you. What is her finisher? Does anyone have any ideas? Dre, as formerly playing Dion Gabbro, any ideas?
I mean, something that's just like big and hossy, probably.
Yeah, but like also a little bit Hollywoody, right? Like,
Right.
I mean, it might be a little on the nose, but don't like discount out of hand the rock bottom.
right. I think it could be a rock bottom, 100%, or like a high lift rock bottom, right? Because she's tall.
Yeah, I definitely think it's something where someone is lifted up with a lot of lifted up very tall and dropped with a lot of force.
Could also be like a choke slam or something, depending on.
Or like a power bomb, or like it could be a choke slam. Yeah, I feel like as an MMA fighter, she's probably wants to do something that's a little more like a hold throw. You know what I mean? Than just like a choke slam feels like it's so just about strength.
Yeah, I mean, it could just be like a running drop or something. I feel like that's something that's done Not all the
Yeah.
time in MMA, but is sometimes done in MMA, like a running power slam.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. A running power slam makes sense. Is it like a cool name? Does it have like the final cut
Blockbuster. Oh,
or
something
the
is the
blockbuster? Blockbuster's still pretty good though.
Yeah.
That's already a thing.
Okay.
So
What
is
about
the final cut?
So is the final cut. I know the final cut is So is the curtain call. So is the
Goldust kind of ruined it for movie people.
fucking.
And then like all like the big like the trendy movie things now are like you don't want to call it like high grossing.
Okay,
What if it's
Go
what
ahead.
if it's the summer blockbuster?
The
Or the-
tent pole.
Okay,
the-
what if it's a 1 second, I have to see if this move looks good at all. What if it's a reverse power slam, right? Which is where you flip them back. So you lift them up over your shoulder and then you slam them back down face first instead of slamming them on their back, and it's called the flashback.
Ooh.
Sure.
Ooh, I like that.
That's
You
good.
know?
My next one was gonna be the star wipe.
Okay, nothing with wipe. What did you have?
I was just gonna say, I can't top that, so don't worry about it. Honestly, like I know when I'm beat. Like it's fine.
So I think she sets you
Smash
up.
cut.
Smash cut feels like a signature move. Smash cut is
Yeah.
some sort of like a clothesline from hell or
I
something.
think Smash Cut is like a sit out spine buster or something.
Yeah, good. Love it. So she hits you with that, and you're down on the ground, and she's prepping you for the flashback. And at this point, we get Blackjack like looking for the tag so he can come in and just finish you up and take the win. And she's like, no, and they're arguing about it. And so you have a moment where you could try to hot tag in.
Yeah, I think that like while
Or try to interfere or hit. I want to be clear. That's one thing you could do. That's what's happening in the ring. What do you do?
Okay, I think that while I've been like thrown around a lot, it's a lot of like Aqua reaching for Charlie but getting pulled away.
Right.
So I think at the opportunity,
Yeah, this is the question. Do you go for she's distracted, let me hit her, or do you go for she's distracted, I can get the tag in?
Can I, I'm wondering. I almost want to gesture to Charlie to like hit someone, like go for Blackjack while I go for her. You know how there's always like
Mm-hmm.
in a match.
I
Like
can
this-
definitely do that.
Yeah.
Totally.
Be like outside the ring, go start some shenanigans while I like
Do
beat
some-
her up. Yeah.
Totally. That I
Um,
still think is probably you rolling here.
Yeah, for sure.
So what is that roll? Is that a let's see. Heat is because it's still like a tag team maneuver, right? I guess it's not tagging though. So yeah, I think this is either work. What are you doing? Like as Charlie goes to distract Blackjack, what are you doing to Dion? What's the move you do, or what type of move do you do?
I think that I move towards the ropes, like I'm gonna tag Charlie in, but instead like lean forward very like stage on purpose to like whisper in his ear. And then should I climb the ropes? That seems really
That's
dangerous.
it's dangerous, but you know.
Yeah, I think so. Can you do an elbow drop to someone who has like their back towards you? That seems really bad.
You're probably looking
Well,
for
I
a
mean-
double axe handle at that point. That's like
Yeah,
the move you do
probably.
as a standing
Or like a
person.
drop kick or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a drop kick, like a quick run up to the. So if they're like at the southeastern ring post, right? You go to the northeastern one basically and do like a. That's far. That's like a Shane McMahon coast to coast, right? Okay, here's what you could do. You could time it such so that it's like Charlie goes to distract Blackjack. Blackjack like pulls Blackjack down. She turns around, sees you climbing the ropes, and charges at you to try to grab you before you can do a move. And then you could do like a drop kick from the top rope as she's charging at you from across the ring to catch her in the middle. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that the geometry works out that way. I mean, whatever. This is a power move. You're putting yourself or your opponent at legit risk by using physical strength. Like high flying moves are dangerous. So
Yeah.
So it could be coast to coast. It could be I'm trying to catch her from one corner to the other, but up to you.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess all of the best wrestlers really look like they're trying to kill themselves, so...
That's true. Fucking put themselves out there. What is your power?
It's 0.
Okay, well, 2d6. I don't think there is like an aid interfere for wrestlers. All right, that's a 7.
Yeah.
Do you want to boost it with momentum, or do any of the announcers, or does Dre want to boost it with put over here?
Yeah, I don't know. Do you want me to save it for like something like really important later?
It's up to you. This is up to you as an announcer. That's not true. It's specifically said you could negotiate whether or not you want to spend momentum, or that's not true. Yeah, so yeah, y'all can talk.
I don't know that I need it here.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, I feel like I would just rather retain control and then like, what do you even do after that? I think maybe I feel like I really love the disrespectfulness of trying to go for the pin really early in the match.
Oh yeah, totally. So you do that. You try to go for the pin. You're not going to get the pin here. You're not booked to win of this at this moment. So what happens? So you knock her down, you go for the pin, and maybe this is where the protocol finally jumps back in, and the two of them rush in, and there's just a brawl in the ring at this point, right? Because now that they've entered, those two are fighting you. You're holding them off outside the ring. Charlie Cupid, you're fighting against Blackjack. Let's put the camera there for a second. You're not legal, but what's going on there?
It's basically just two guys. You know how every like indie wrestling show now has just two dudes who chop the hell out of each other?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Basically, it's just that. They're just hitting each other in the chest a lot.
Great. Is this a feat of strength, or is this like...
Sure, why not?
Right? Because it's like, it's not control of the match, but it is demonstrating something. It could also be working the audience.
I think it's more interesting to roll a feat of strength here.
All right, sounds good. So when you demonstrate your extraordinary strength, which is what that bit is kind of, roll strength or roll power.
Yeah, so I have a 0, so it's a flat 2d6.
That is a 5.
That's a 5.
Ooh, on a botch, you injure yourself. What is your momentum?
I'm gonna spend 2 momentum to get up to a 7 and 9.
So on a 7 and 9, it is obviously effort. It is an obvious effort gain. Plus roll momentum, and your opponent or creative picks one. You do it with obvious difficulty, and the audience notices. You put yourself at risk of injury, or you put them at risk of injury. I think it's just obvious difficulty. It's like one of those chop exchanges where your chest gets red quicker, and your chops come out slower, and Blackjack is just so clearly like pumping out his chest and just like taking those hits like no big deal. And eventually it's like chop, 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 and then he just pushes you like fuck you, like you're not up to this, and pushes you against the side of the ring and just like locks eyes with you. He basically like kabedones you. He kind of just like leans in and just like locks eyes very close to you, like you're nothing to me. And then slides in the ring. And finally gets the tag with Dion. I think he like pulls Dion out of the fray, and like hops back out the ring and tags himself in. So now in the ring, Aqua is Blackjack, both of the protocol members, because the ref has just lost control, and then you. What do you do?
Man, can I do one of those things where, like, I try to fight both of them and then, like, push one of them into the ropes and then, like, try to get the other one to come towards me and then, like, roll out of the way so they
yes,
attack
so they
each
hit
other?
each other? 100%. 100%. That sounds like work to me. Group, does that sound right? Or is this character through action again?
That might be character.
Yeah.
It's hard. Is that in your... Is that part of your... that might be look for Charlie.
That would be look for Charlie, I think.
Okay.
Oh, this is tricky.
But except that look for Charlie ends up being work, because look for Charlie is, you love me, I'm a hero. That's look for Charlie. Work is I'm a good technical wrestler, which is what Charlie actually is. Charlie's gimmick is not I'm a good technical wrestler. Charlie's gimmick is you love me, I'm Cupid, or whatever. And that's why it doesn't work.
Is it working with your opponent to execute an amazing and memorable sequence?
Yes, I think it is.
Okay.
So I think that's rolling heat with them, and you don't have heat with them. So
Wait, are they heels?
they are heel. Yeah, they are heel. So you have plus 1
So,
heat with
okay,
them.
yeah, okay.
Yes. So 2d6 plus 1. Good catch.
I typed /heat, which is not what I'm rolling.
All right,
it's an 8.
That's not bad. You regain control and transition to the next sequence, or give them control and gain 1 momentum.
Can I throw it to them and get the momentum?
Totally.
Okay.
What's that look like, though?
Actually, oh, wait. Okay, this is so dumb. This doesn't make any sense. Can I put my sunglasses on one of them and, like, have it be like, no, that doesn't work, that they're fighting each other? Because, like, they can't
Because they can't see? I mean, you could do that. They are androids. And I think the audience, the announcers could explain to the audience what the fuck is happening. But except the thing there is, how are they gaining control from that? That to me sounds like retain control and transition to the next sequence.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. I guess in that case I do that because it's hilarious.
It's very funny. Announcers, can you help me? Can you help sell that to the audience at home?
Well, androids got a lot of problems with their eyes. They're very sensitive, and once one gets attacked, there's a fight or flight circuitry. I bet.
Here's the thing, Ross. You know me. I gotta call my kid whenever anything happens with any of my technology. So I'm just assuming that Aqua Illusion over here, she knows the computers. She knows the technology. And here she is using her technical knowledge against her opponent, and it's just incredible. It's just incredible. This is why this is one of the rising stars here.
Yeah, if you're watching this and you don't understand, ask your kids about it. And if you're a kid and you don't understand it, go to school.
Yeah, go to school, drink your milk, and do some push-ups.
Perfect.
Do a push-up in a book.
Yeah, do some push-ups while you're hitting those books.
That's what hitting the books means. Okay. Perfect. So you retain control. And at this point, I think we have the protocol looking like complete asses. And it has changed the tone of this. They the one without the glasses is the one with the glasses on. Let's say S99 is like throwing these huge haymakers, and TKTK is like boo 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 doo 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 boo boo, and like being chased around the ring, and it's like I won't hit their partner, and so like they get chased out of the ring, and suddenly the kind of like the comedy aspect of this match is just gone, and everything gets quiet for a moment, and it is the rising star, Aqua Illusion, alone in the ring with Blackjack, and back at on your turnbuckle is Charlie Cupid, and Dion Gabreau is not knocked out, but is not in a good. It's like very much like leaning over the ropes, tired. So you're just like face to face with the star of this place, who I think is just like, in my mind, has been very much like. I think the character is very Dean Ambrosey, very jeans, leather jacket. But like, what if Seth was like 4 sizes bigger than he is as a person? His hair was cut closer and was starting to go gray. You know,
Hot Dad Seth Rollins.
Hot Dad Seth Rollins is 100% what I'm suggesting.
Elias is 2 sizes bigger Seth Rollins.
Yeah, but it's bigger than that still.
Oh, a double Elias.
A double Elias. And shorter hair.
Sure.
Still with the beard, though. He's hot.
Jess is so into Elias, and just yesterday I found out she thought CM Punk was really hot. I don't understand.
No, she's right.
CM Punk
Kind of see CM Punk.
Young
more than
CM
Punk.
Punk is fucking cute.
Real talk. What is CM Punk doing with his hair and his beard? That
true.
determines whether or not he's hot.
I haven't seen him
moment.
recently, and I'm not buying that UFC fight, so I won't see him that soon.
No. Anyway, I've described this person as best I can.
Yeah. I I'm trying to figure out a way to roll always learning here.
I mean, they're just two different roles. If I think it makes sense to do a sequence with him with Blackjack in the ring. Otherwise, the character thing you're showing is like, oh, actually, I'm good. You know.
Then I guess it's a similar thing where like we lock eyes across the ring. Like this is the thing that I've been working for, and I'm gonna like do the best that I can. And I think that I just kind of like approach him with a bunch of like punches, and try to get him into like pinned into his corner, basically.
All right, that can be an almost learning, right?
Yeah.
When you work a match with someone who you know is better than you, roll plus work on a 10 plus, pick 2. On a 7 to 9, pick 1. Gain 1 momentum, gain 1 heat with them, gain their respect. On a bot, you make a rookie mistake and lose an audience. So give me a work roll.
Okay. Oh
That's
my
a
God.
3. How much momentum do you have?
4.
So you could get it up to a 7. Or yes, here we go.
Does that only raise it 1? Or 1 like...
One level.
Raises it
One
tier.
level. So this will be raised to a
okay.
7 to 9. Yeah.
That's probably the best.
So, all right, let me hear it, Dre.
What are you wanting to happen here, Allie?
I think that I want it to look like I really want it, right?
Well, like
Okay.
the real thing is like, how do you fuck it up? Because how do we like sell? How does Dre sell that it's not a fuck up? You know, like you always see like, you know, oh, he didn't quite get all of that is the way to like cover for he just fucking missed that kick, right? Like, what did you do wrong that Dre can make right?
I think it's just the size difference, right? Where it's just like the like trying to hit him this way is really not looking as impressive as it should.
Right. Like there are ways to wrestle someone bigger than you. This is
Yeah.
not the way.
No.
Look, Ross, this isn't looking great for Aqua Illusion, but you know, when you look at the story of David and Goliath, it wasn't just one in one shot.
Wait, it was.
It absolutely was.
That's the joke. That's the joke.
Okay, hold on. It wasn't just one shot. That's right, Chet.
Here's the thing you gotta love about Aqua Illusion.
Jeff.
She's got the grit, she's got the determination, and I think she's just gonna keep going until she wears this man down.
All right, so that is always learning. 7 to 9. You either gain a momentum, gain a heat with them, or gain their respect.
What's the best thing for me to have? I guess another momentum or
Another momentum would help. You don't have any heat with them right now. You're both faces currently, so.
You know, I'll take the heat if I stay in this town.
All right, sure.
Maybe
So
I'll
take the
want
heat
it.
with them. Sounds good. So take +1 heat with Blackjack.
Okay.
Cool. All right, so you're still in control of this.
Okay.
You kind of pushed him back to the corner. He pushes. I think he just like pushes you back. And so again, you're back at like neutral position where you're both in the middle of the ring. The protocol is out of commission. Dione is like starting to like get back up on her feet. Charlie, what are you doing?
I think Charlie's just got back to the turnbuckle.
Okay.
Charlie was sore too, right? So he was probably taking his time getting there.
Yeah.
I want to tag Charlie back in, but I want it to be like a critical moment. I'm wondering how to get myself into.
I mean, we could have the sequence where what we get is Blackjack like recovers from that flurry of attacks. I was like, all right, I'm going to wrestle you, and I'm good at this. And so, which is a transitional series of moves where it's like you come back in for a similar sequence, and he just grabs your leg and like does the takedown, and then like puts you in like a leg lock, and then gets up and like slaps the mat and stands up and is like, all right, let's go again. Like it's like he runs it like a clinic. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and you come in for a head grab, and or you're like a what's the word I'm looking for? Where you like put someone's head in your arm. It's like a very classic transitional like hold in wrestling. And they're like bent over, and you have their head in your like armpit,
Just like a headlock?
like a headlock. He puts you, or you put him in a headlock, and then he like grabs you and does like a back slam on you from that position, and like okay, well he was able to counter that, and like those just keep happening where you're able to get the first, or it's almost like the first time you can't get a single hit in, second time you can't get one hit in, third time you're able to get the first 2 hits in, and he counters you a third time, and it's just wearing you out. And bit by bit, it's just getting bad. And finally he like throws you to his turnbuckle, and he's getting ready to set up some sort of powerful. He's like putting you up and getting ready to do like a superplex or something, and Dione slaps him on the shoulder to tag herself in, and you're able to like crawl back down, and he's like slams his hands down again. The two of them are arguing in the ring now, are pushing each other, and you again have this moment where you have to decide: do you interfere with them or fight them, or do you go and tag in Charlie?
I think I'm gonna tag in Charlie.
All right, give me a hot tag.
Roll plus heat.
Yes, and your heat with Charlie is 3.
Yeah.
So 2d6 plus 3. That is a 10. The tag is made, and you get a double team opportunity on the legal wrestler from the other team. Everyone on your team gains +1 momentum. The new legal wrestler from your team takes or retains control of the match. So Charlie, you will have control of the match. You get +1. What is this double team maneuver?
Oh man. I feel like we should do something that gets the jump on her, right?
Yeah, I think that they're arguing again, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Blackjack is the one still in the ring?
Dione is legal. They're both in the ring. Dione is legal.
Okay. Because I think it's almost like, I'm just thinking of the Young Bucks again. It's just like that we like kick one of them into the other one since they're facing each other.
Yeah, sure, we
right?
can do like a double drop kick to the back or something.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. So they both go down.
And I think that I drag Blackjack out of the ring, or like
Right,
he
so that
rolls
it's-
out. We both
Right,
roll
yeah,
out,
you both roll out. Yeah, totally. And begin fighting outside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Charlie, you're in the ring with an injured Dione Gabreau. What do you do?
I'm going for the legs again.
Okay.
I think like it's a lot of like, you know how Daniel Bryan does all those like side kicks to the left, like those low like side kicks. He does. I think it's a lot of those, and then once he manages to get Dione to like run at him, he does this like I don't know how to describe it, but it's basically a rolling leg lock.
Mm-hmm.
Where he like jumps up. It looks super cool when they actually do it, but it's basically spinning their bodies around, and then it ends up they're on the ground, and he's got her in a leg lock, and he's waving to the crowd while he does it.
Awesome. Give me that sounds like, the wave makes me think look, but the rest of that's definitely work.
Okay. I was actually thinking maybe going towards luck here, because I definitely want Charlie to be real big shit-eating grin here,
Okay,
and also
then,
I don't want to
if
just...
that's where the camera is focused, then yeah, give me a look. That makes sense.
I don't want to just also roll my good stuff
I get you.
time,
I get you.
'cause that's
Yeah.
less
It felt like a
interesting.
pretty complicated sequence, but if you're really focusing on that, that's a 5. You rolled a 5.
Yep.
You have the momentum to push it up to a 7.
Yeah, I'm trying to do the math here on the momentum, because if I spend 2 to get there, I kind of want to give up control. I kind of want to get...
All right, then gain that momentum.
Yeah.
Or no, you lose a momentum here.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to lose... You'll literally...
I'll be down to 1 again.
You'll go down to 1. So what happens here? How does Dione take control from you?
Oh, man. I feel like we should do something that gets the jump on her, right?
Yeah, I think that they're arguing again, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Blackjack is the one still in the ring?
Dione is legal. They're both in
Okay.
the ring. Dione is legal.
Okay. Because I think it's almost like, I'm just thinking of the Young Bucks again. It's just like that we like kick one of them into the other one since they're facing each other.
Yeah, sure, we can
Right.
do like a double drop kick to the back or something.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. So they both go down.
And I think that I drag Blackjack out of the ring, or like
Right,
he
so that
rolls
it's-
out. We both
Right,
roll
yeah,
out.
you both roll out. Yeah, totally. And begin fighting outside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Charlie, you're in the ring with an injured Dione Gabreau. What do you do?
I'm going for the legs again.
Okay.
I think like it's a lot of like, you know how Daniel Bryan does all those like side kicks to the left, like those low like side kicks. He does. I think it's a lot of those, and then once he manages to get Dione to like run at him, he does this like I don't know how to describe it, but it's basically a rolling leg lock.
Mm-hmm.
Where he like jumps up. It looks super cool when they actually do it, but it's basically spinning their bodies around, and then it ends up they're on the ground, and he's got her in a leg lock, and he's waving to the crowd while he does it.
Awesome. Give me that sounds like, the wave makes me think look, but the rest of that's definitely work.
Okay. I was actually thinking maybe going towards luck here, because I definitely want Charlie to be real big shit-eating grin here,
Okay,
and also
then,
I don't want to
if that's where the camera is focused, then yeah, give me luck. That makes sense.
I don't want to just also roll my good stuff.
I get you.
Time,
I get you.
'cause
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
less
It felt like a
interesting.
pretty complicated sequence, but if you're really focusing on that, that's a 5. You rolled a 5.
Yep. So
You have the
let's
momentum
see.
to push it up to a 7.
Yeah. I'm trying to do the math here on the momentum, because if I spend 2 to get there, I kind of want to give up control. I kind of want to get...
All right, then gain that momentum.
Yeah.
Or no, you lose a momentum here.
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna lose. You'll literally
I'll be down to 1 again.
You'll go down to 1. So what happens here? How does Dion take control from you?
I think it's. Do you want me to
go
suggest
for
something,
it.
or do you have it?
Yeah, if you have a
I think
suggestion.
it's kind of simple, because he takes one of his hands off the hold, so it's not.
Right.
She just can kick him in the face at that point.
Oh, do you know what it is? It's her MMA training. She kicks you in the
Yeah.
face, takes you down, and puts you in some sort of like MMA. You know what? I think this is. She puts you in a fucking hold, and puts it on light. She is. I think she is trying to get you to tap for real. Like she puts it on just a little bit to be like, I have you. This is not the booking. The booking is for Aqua Illusion to pin Blackjack and take the belt. She is like breaking kayfabe to try to get you to, alone in the middle of the ring, tap out and give her the belt.
Okay.
She isn't hurting you, but she is making it clear she could be. And you get the feeling that this is more frustration with Blackjack and wanting to fuck him over than actually wanting to hurt you. And I think she says just like, tap out.
No. That's so... No. Like, how do I get out of this? I gotta think of a way to get out of this.
You do.
Are you a heel, right, Andy?
I am, but I don't have the 2 momentum to spend on any heal moves.
Yeah, there's a problem.
Yeah.
You could interrupt to
I could. Oh, yeah.
take control of the match for yourself and spend 1 momentum, narrate your interruption.
Okay. I think the interrupt is simple enough that it's like he's able to reach up and legitimately poke her in the eye
Okay.
to get her to stop, or like mimic that he's going to poke her in the eye if she doesn't stop,
Right.
so she just sells it like normal.
Right. I think then you both roll up to your feet and she's like, sorry. She's like, sorry. Just very frustrated. But you've controlled the match again. And she takes like a slightly more passive posture to like make it clear that she's letting you take the lead on the dance, you know?
All right. What do I want to do here? I think this part is kind of like Charlie's trying to be a bit more pissed off, so he's going for is more like he's trying to take her down now.
Right.
And I think what that is it's a sort of like they grapple for a bit, and it looks like she gets him in a headlock, and then he just busts out a the Northern Lights suplex. It's the one
Yes.
where the attacker's head is under their arm, and then they just flip the person holding them over, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then ends it with like a bridge, because I like how bridges look when people suplex. So.
They look great. Great. So are you going? So that is what do you think that is? That's is that back to work?
It could be work. I could see power too.
Yeah, I could
which
go
do
either way.
think fits
I don't think you're
more.
putting her at risk or yourself at
Yeah.
risk, right?
Yeah, no, I think it's very much like this is a move that is easy to execute when everyone's cooperating, and it sounds
Yeah.
like she's cooperating.
Yep. All right, so give me the work.
I'll roll that. Yeah.
That is an 8. So again, retain control and transition to the next sequence, or give your opponent control and +1 momentum.
I will retain control for now.
Okay.
But I think she obviously kicks out of it.
She kicks out at 2.5. I think at that point, Blackjack like disengages from the fight outside, runs back up to the apron, and is like, "Tag me in!" Like is reaching, because she's clearly like not in a good way, and also because he didn't see what just happened.
How close would you say we are to finishing the match?
As close as close as we can be. I've told you what the booking is. Either of you could decide the booking goes somewhere else. You could botch in such a way that I change the booking, but the booking is Aqua Illusion wins the belt.
Okay, then I think what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna go for a hot tag again. I think.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll that first before figuring out what to do.
So that is
here.
+2 heat.
Whew, perfect.
That is a 10. Tag is made. You get a double team opportunity. Everyone gets +1 momentum.
Awesome. So I have 2 momentum now.
You do.
Can I follow this up with my heel roll move to win the match?
Yes, but you've just made a tag, so what's this look like?
I think what it is, it's a quick, like, they do a tag team move together, and I think it's, there's this really dope thing that New Day have been doing, where Big E does, like, a rock bottom, while I think it's Xavier Woods does, like, the double knees to the back, when he slams them down. I think that they've been the team who's been doing that. So I think it's that, and it's close to the corner.
Have been a New Day team recently.
They're so good together. So I think it's that, but it's close to the corner. Right after Charlie just tags himself back in.
Gotcha.
And do I just go for my finishing move here?
So you have a couple of everybody involved has a couple of options. You've now spent the 2 momentum to do the heel move. Win a match, right? There's overrides creators booking. So, so that's a thing that you've spent yours on. I think at this point there is a chance, which is, or Aqua Illusion could break kayfabe to expose the legit truth on camera. Which is a roll plus real, which could do a lot of things, including it's exactly what the audience is waiting for, which could give you +1 audience, or things could go completely different, a different way. And I guess the thing is she's not heel, so you can't counter spend.
Yeah,
2 momentum, right?
You can't counter the heel move.
You can counter the heel move with another heel move.
Right.
But
or you could hurt them.
Right.
You could decide that you're gonna
work real stiff.
Do you want to break my leg?
You're gonna work real stiff. You're gonna just knock Charlie the fuck out.
Yes,
and then...
those are, I think, your 2 options here. I don't think interrupt works as the match is ending. So it's either work real stiff, or break kayfabe, or let it happen.
This might be weird. Can I spend the 2 momentum to leave my opponent speechless, and it's like helping Cupid to hit Blackjack with something, but still letting Cupid win, right?
Well, so
isn't that just spending 2 momentum? What I don't.
What's the take? I mean, at that point, you'd probably be better off spending it to gain heat.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Fair.
With Blackjack or something, right? But also, I feel like that would also be a heel turn.
Yeah, I don't know, because I don't want Charlie to not win here. I would either do that, or like just have us form a tag team. Right.
I mean, let's just zoom back in and just play it as characters, right? What does she do? She sees that Charlie, she knows, to be clear, she knows she is booked to win this match.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Charlie has overridden creators booking and has decided, no, actually, I'm going to win this match. Presumably that happens in an abstract sense in a conversation backstage, right? In which you know that Simeon was like, oh, of course, that Aqua Illusion will win. This is like after the cameras go off in that room. Maybe we even get that flashback. We, the home audience, not the imagined audience, not the audience in this room, not the wrestling audience, but the Bluff City home listeners get the flashback in which we see what this heel maneuver is saying, you were booked to win, and Charlie convinced them to let him win instead, right?
Right.
Or you just found out like seconds before going out into the ring. Like someone who came over and whispered in your ears, like, oh, actually, Charlie's going to win this one.
Right.
After being told you were going to win.
This is gonna be some Miz having the title when Rock and Cena are fighting nonsense.
Right, exactly. It's almost like, yeah, are you a company player? Do you roll with it and go like, fine, let him have the belt. I'm going to at least have this tag belt, and we can be a tag team. Or are you saying, fuck that, no, I was booked to win this originally.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm still fine with it. I don't know that I would
Cool.
interrupt.
All right, so then I think it is just the move then. I think it is just the finishing move then. All right, when you're booked to win a match, roll 2d6. On a 10+, you hit your finisher clean. You gain +1 audience. On a 7 to 9, they make you work for it.
And then I have a move that lets me roll work for this.
Oh, wow. Okay, so then give me your work. That
7.
is only a 7. There's a 1 plus a 3 plus a 3.
Yeah.
So you just barely fucking get this. That was almost bad. Though I guess you could still get put over here.
I mean, yeah, I think we can.
What's that
This
look
is
like?
the match, so yeah.
Yeah.
What goes wrong?
What is your finisher, Andy?
So the idea I have for Charlie's finisher is that it's a shining wizard, but instead of a knee, it's an axe kick. It's something a wrestler I really like, Meiko Satomura, does, and it looks really mean and really vicious. But I think in this case, it doesn't quite hit the mark, and that's why it has to be put over. Where it's like it's this like thing where he steps up on her knee while running, and then he brings the back of his like leg down on like. It looks like sometimes they do actually hit them on the head, and that's a bit too much. But usually it's like it's like the back by your shoulders, your shoulder blades and shit. Mm-hmm. And the camera makes it look like it's the head.
So the Shining Wizard, to be clear, the whole idea with it is that like you're basically boosting off of your opponent's leg and then landing like a kind of kick to their back that looks like the back of their head.
Yeah, pretty much. I can link this GIF to people if
Please.
you look up. Let me find it. She calls it the Scorpio Rising. It's a very dope
Good name. I searched for Scorpio Rising, which of course is going to give me a ton of astrology, of course. Like
this. I think this is one of the ones where that's right on her fucking head. I think.
Oof. That's pretty
that's a
dope.
cool move, though. So you're like stepping up on her knee and then raising your other leg as you're like jumping off of it and lowering it into this axe kick into their back.
For sure.
Dion's back. Who's legal at this point? I've already forgotten.
I think it's Dion.
Yeah.
And I think that then it's just the. It's by the way, it's called the Bloody Valentine.
Good.
Of course it is.
Good. All right.
I think 1, 2,
so
3,
that is
right?
a 10. So that is 1, 2, 3. You land it. You get the pin. 1, 2, 3.
Wait,
and
we didn't put it over.
Oh right, you're supposed to put it over. Right. Sorry. Put it over.
So what?
It's
What
late.
went wrong with it?
I think he kind of whiffed it.
You just whiffed, yeah.
You just whiffed.
like he didn't get. I think it's like he didn't get her with the like part of the leg he's supposed to. He got it with more like his thigh, so it kind of looked like that thing Billy Gunn used to do, where he just like sits on their head almost.
I believe you mean the
Faymaster. That's what it was
Faymaster?
called. Yeah.
God.
Do you just say that? Do you just turn it into a variation? Is that the put over? It's like a variation on the Bloody Valentine.
Or just like you could feel that impact.
Right.
Like, just like selling it, telling you that something you know didn't happen happened.
I'll tell you what, if you don't know this business, you don't know how much damage that one did.
There it is.
Charlie Cupid is a technical wrestler, and he knows how to make the hits count.
He's the ranger.
I don't know. What's that? What is...
What?
Like a D&D party.
Like Throndir?
Yeah, that was.
Was that the
Gotcha.
callback?
Yeah.
There's only one The Ranger here. Art.
Oh, I get you. The Ranger. Now I understand. Yes. Good.
It's not good if we had to do that. You don't have to tell me it's good. I know
Well-
it wasn't good.
You know, it was... So you got a 10 plus, huh? So you get the finisher clean. You gain 1 audience. So that's a 2. You get 2 audience from that. Or you go up to 2 audience, right? and now you both get belts. What is the... I think the bell gets rung. There's like... it feels like chaos in the arena because no one expected this. Everyone expected either Blackjack to retain or for Aqua Illusion to get the pin. And so you get the pin. It's this weird thing because you're a heel who is teamed with someone who's over in Aqua Illusion. What do you two do in the ring as this happens? As the bell is rung and as you get the win? And as the belts are like brought out for you.
Oh, man.
I mean, I don't know. What kind of tag team do we want to be?
I have kind of an idea.
Yeah, go ahead.
Where it's like, it looks like they give each other, like, they get the tag team belts first, and it looks like they're gonna celebrate together, like Aqua's about to raise Charlie's hand, and then before she can do it, he just starts celebrating with the singles title.
Oh. So not forming that permanent tag team.
I mean, forming a tag team, but for now, but Charlie is also still Charlie.
Right.
And I think he gets the mic and says, like, hey, thanks, partner, before they leave. And it's, like, very pointed on emphasizing the fact that they are now the tag team champions together.
Right.
Oh, I don't know if Cupid's arrow hit Aqua Illusion in the heart tonight, but I can't wait to see what's next for these two superstars.
God. All right, so here's what I need is I need to know you're in a position now where you could make that play. You could get the contract if you wanted it, which is you could spend both of those advances, both of those championship advances that you got just now, Andy, to get up to 4 audience because you gained an audience from hitting the 10 on your finisher.
Oh, man, I don't know. Because if we do this again, I want Charlie to be able to be a bit better than me, just going, I'm going to roll work now.
Oh, no, totally.
So I kind of want to get some more moves in there.
Totally. Fair.
So I think I'm just going to take the one audience and then think on a move I could get, because I want to make this. When I was playing this...
Two advances, so you could get two moves out of this. So
yeah.
That's good.
But I think the answer for now, at the very least, is I'm not going to push to 4.
Okay.
Because I do need to look over like what moves are available and stuff before I make that decision.
All right, so then
I know for a fact I won't be pushing that.
Right. Okay. So everybody leaves. The Hail to the Chief plays one more time. The slow New Orleans style jazz one, and then the fast one as the house, and then Ms. Carlisle come out, and Ms. Carlisle's carrying a briefcase, and she gets on the mic and she says, "Constitution Sports Entertainment would like to call Jake the Jackal to the ring." Jake, do you show up?
Yeah, I can't not show up. That's a stupid question.
There's like a podium. There's like red, white, and blue banners and stuff.
Hogan must pose.
Yeah, fair. And in the middle of the ring, you come out. Your theme plays, I guess. And Ms. Carlisle, like, puts the briefcase down on like a podium, opens it up, looks at you, looks at the contract, and then leans into the microphone and she says like, "We saw an amazing array of athletics and wrestling prowess here tonight. New champions were crowned, and long-term rivalries were formed. But it was you, Jackal, that showed you had the stuff. For too long, I think, the legend of the Jackal was undersold. You were forced to move through territories and in front of small crowds, passionate ones like this, but it's time for you to move to the main stage. Everyone in the world will chant your name. Jake the Jackal. All you have to do is sign." And she pulls the contract out and places it down on her, closes the briefcase and places it down on the briefcase. Simeon's hands are like tapping on his knees anxiously. He's like, "Come on." And I think she hands you the microphone and the pen. Or she hands you the pen, but she holds the microphone, which means for you to cut a promo here or to say something, you have to take the microphone from her.
Jake, like, is that like a clipboard?
Yeah.
Like one of those folios?
Yeah.
Jake like picks up the folio, and Jake takes little reading glasses out of his jacket and puts his reading glasses on, and picks up the folio and starts reading the contract, and he mouths some of the words to himself. And he takes the pen. It's a click pen, or it's a cap pen.
Oh, it's a cap pen. It's like a very fancy cap pen.
Takes the cap off. He throws it behind him into the audience. And he picks up the folio, so it's like you can't see it. And he starts writing in the folio. It looks like he's signing his name. There's a lot of flourish to it. He closes the folio, and he hands it back, and in the handoff he ends up with the microphone.
Oh, okay, good. And she offers you her hand before you start to speak, to shake it.
He puts the microphone up to his mouth and says, "I think you're going to want to look in that folio before you shake my hand. I've traveled a lot, and I'm happy here at my home in Bluff City, and here at Promenade." And when she opens the folio to reveal that instead of signing his name, Jake has drawn a middle finger on the signature line.
Oh my god, this is breaking kayfabe.
Yeah, I suppose it is.
Right?
Yeah, I guess I was probably... the booked finish was probably signing the contract.
100%. Give me that roll. 2d6 plus real. Your real is -1. But hey, you have 4 momentum. 3 momentum?
3 momentum.
Yeah. So you rolled a 9, which is 7 to 9. You blur the line, gain 2 momentum, and pick 1. Creative books you in a punitive match. The revelation loses you -1 heat with someone, or you lose someone's support backstage. Or you could push it up with that momentum up until you get +1 audience. I guess you already have 4 audience.
And you know what? If we ever come back to this, I'll take a punitive match.
Yeah.
Jake throws the mic up and it lands. It's one of those things where you can tell that that microphone's broken. It was on.
Yeah, you broke that microphone. Cool,
and
thanks.
he does the thing where you know where wrestlers go to the ropes and kind of flip backwards out of the ring?
Yeah.
He does one. There's probably a name for that. He does one of those and just walks back, and as he's walking back, his music eventually hits.
Right.
Because
Simeon
the
is
truck wasn't
screaming at you.
Yeah.
Just from the ropes. Jake, you're fucking everything up. Jake, my dad called in a favor. Jake, you're supposed. Come on, Jake.
I don't want to go.
Jake,
I like it here. I got a barbecue next month. I'm making wings. I live here. I don't live in New York.
Connecticut, says Simeon. They're in Connecticut.
That's worse.
Nice summers.
Okay.
And so you go to the backstage, and I think, you're switching into your civilian clothes, walking through the back of the...
This might be a Montreal Screwjob moment. I might have to get out of there in my work clothes.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. I think so. I think that's fair. Yeah.
There might have to be a car in the parking lot waiting for me.
Yeah.
I was going to say Sid brought her dad's van to her part-time job.
Yes, 100%. And I think just as you're getting in the van, you see Mr. B again, who who does a little shrugging smile nod, well played type thing. That's the
one. That's the one I think is a ghost.
I'm gonna do something just super quick to see if we just cash in on this real quick. Sid, do you want to give me an academics roll?
Oh my god, I forgot how to...
Let me look it up.
Look,
this is the thing. This is why I keep all this shit together. Is I still have all those documents right here. Skill roll chart. I think you roll your academics.
Do I just roll 3 dice?
I can't
remember how this works.
So I'm checking the screen that I have. Yeah. Yep. You roll 3d6. Roll 3 dice. That's all there is to it.
Okay.
All right, so that's a 5. So after you make this roll, you're going to have a handful of dice with numbers. Find the highest number. So it's a 5, which is good. So I think that Sid recognizes Here's a question. Did you get this guy's name from Falstaff?
Not unless
Falstaff,
there's
did
an
you-
off-screen conversation.
was-
I just heard "don't sign," and we had the conversation in the last episode how I didn't want to go. I thought this was like
Right. So I think this is just on a 5, which is good. Sid, and without the name, I think maybe Sid, you just recognize immediately based on the information, based on like or is there some sort of tech here that we could have? 3, you also have a 3 in tech. Does Sid have some sort of weird special tech for this? That seems viable.
Possibly? Oh gosh, I didn't expect Ghost Hunter is today, so I'm kind of scrambling
either.
right now.
The answer can be yes, and it can be very simple. It could be like a CRT monitor in the car. You know, it's been a while since we've checked in with the Ghost
I will
Hunters.
say yes, and it will be a CRT monitor in the car.
Okay. It's just like demonic presence detected. Or like not even demonic. It should just be like very clear that this is like it's more than just demonic, because demons suggest a very broad thing. This is like, this person is from hell. Like from Lucifer hell. From like the like is a duke or something from hell. From down south. And just, tips the hat. Cedric the Entertainer tips the old hat, Mr. B. And walks away. And y'all drive off. What are our final shots of Charlie, Cupid, Aqua Illusion, Erica, and Count Falstaff?
I mean, I think the mood is nice backstage, right?
I don't know.
I think so.
I like that. I'd like to end on a nice note after the demon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like
The demon helped. The demon was there to help.
Yeah, but it's scary.
Oh. Is it? Okay.
But yeah, I think it's like her, like, congratulating Charlie and Count Falstaff, and like doing the thing where like she like puts their arm over both of their necks and like shakes their hair, and then they like get a beer or whatever, which is like, you guys did a good job today. I always told you could do it. She was always like the backstage cheerleader for both of them.
There's a lot of ugly crying on Chuck's part. He's really happy about it.
Oh, buddy.
Chuck.
Oh.
I'm not gonna do. I can't do the voice. It's 1:45. If I try and make ugly crying sounds, I'm gonna wake somebody up.
No, it's fine. It's fair.
Yeah,
Like,
no. If I try to speak while doing that, it'll just be me yelling.
Good.
I think the last shot of Linny is, so if they are like getting a beer at a bar together, like he goes to like the bar payphone, and calls his kind of famous cousin, and is like, "Hey man, do you think I could like make it up for a weekend in the gym sometime?"
Thinking maybe I go a different way. All this wrestling entertainment stuff, scripts are a little tighter, I know what a fight is. I know what a script is. This stuff, it's 2 in the middle.